Hello and welcome back to Isfjell, where we are still here, still inside. And we will be getting on with today's session where I will attempt once again to murder my adventurers. One down. And the rest will follow after. So, things took a turn for the interesting last week as we have said goodbye to Ira for now. We'll find out what's happening with that very shortly. I don't think we've got any announcements in particular this week, other than it's great to, well, you can't see it, to see you sort of again. And I'm definitely not gone insane yet from being inside too long. And anyone who says otherwise, I will find you in about 6 months' time. All right, let's get the trailer before I run.
Before there was order, there was chaos. An endless war between the gods and their enemies. A war the gods could not win. Till a champion arose, wielding a weapon of otherworldly power. The war was won, the enemy banished, but the weapon was shattered, its fragments scattered across the new formed world. Now, thousands of years later, many seek the fragments of that long-lost weapon. Among them, our 5 brave heroes. The druid, troubled by dreams and his own temper. The blacksmith turned warrior in search of revenge. The raider, determined to protect her friends and her growing family. The traveller from a distant land, guardian of those down on their luck. And the girl willing to sell her soul for a taste of adventure. Their hunt will take them to distant and dangerous lands, far beyond the borders of Isfjell.
All right, so last week our heroes continued their expeditions beneath the Temple of Light and Shadow. They faced off against the Handmaiden of Lawful, and after not dying and killing the demon, they found some treasure in the form of a definitely safe and sensible stick that Kasara now has, which is in very safe hands and will definitely not lead to terrible things. Now she has mind control powers. Also, Torvald got another hat and lived out his lifelong dream of being Spider Dwarf. And after a little bit of a argument with the archaeologists, who were none too happy with our adventurers' continued damage to the temple, our adventurers ran away from a group of unarmed archaeologists by swimming through underground passages and making their way further into the temple. They found a gold statue and have so far taken their hand off it, and we're trying to make plans of how much gold one person can carry underwater. Unfortunately, these calculations and things were interrupted as, several of the party members went wandering off ahead and started to hear familiar whispers in the back of their minds. The whispered chant that Adair recalled from his dreams. And for Olivara, a voice calling her home. But finally, as Olivara headed towards the call of home and safety, Torvald chose that moment to, kill her.
Shatter her hopes and dreams.
Shatter her hopes and dreams.
Blow her mind.
Expelling her from Ira's body, which landed with a thud on the floor. And as what remained of Elvira is now dead, as Kasara stepped forward, he heard a voice responding from deeper within the chamber. It's the purple glow of this familiar and worrying pool with tendrils rising from the water. The same pool that luckily Adair has not seen yet, because this is going to bring back some interesting dream memories. But before we get into the imminent deaths of and the background laughter, it's summer here, so now people are outside. On the balcony, not really outside, I promise they're not actually outside. Don't, if you're listening, they're not outside. Anyway, yes, before we get onto Krasara, Torvald, Adair, and Amalia facing off against a very dangerous enemy in a dark and dangerous tunnel, we step outside into the sunshine of an autumn forest where a traveller is making her way along the shores of the forest. And Moira, I'd just like you to describe, who is this figure? What do they look like as you see them making their way along the shore through the forest?
So, there is a traveler walking around, and she is not being entirely stealthy, just kind of romping through the forest. She's rather large for a human. Or for a human female. She's about 5'10", and she's a very athletic build, dressed in all black with adornments of different feathers, skulls, what have you, and she carries with her a very large great sword, with different adornments and trinkets added onto them. So a very, very imposing woman that's just kind of trudging her way through the forest, muttering to herself quietly.
And as you're trudging your way through, it's a slightly boggy forest, this wet, damp, tangled ground. You notice two things. First of all, further off in the forest, you see fire burning in the treetops, but it's purple. Purple fire burning off in the trees, off further into the forest. And secondly, drawn up on the shore, not too far from you, there is a boat. This long, slender, silverwood boat. Open top with its sail rolled up, and benches and this ornate chair at one end of it. This carved silvery wood chair. And on this boat there are, well, two people, or one person and one cat. But the cat would very much like to be considered a person. And Aldous, what are you doing as you are sat looking after the Cloud Maiden?
I am likely pacing back and forth. Just looking around me, keeping an eye on things. Maybe possibly having a conversation with Sindri, but not necessarily.
So as you're pacing around, you're scanning the forest, at the corner of your eye, you catch movement on the shore. And about the same time as you see the boat, Uno, the figure on the boat sees you. And the two of you sort of looking at each other across this sort of area of shore. Aldous on the boat and Uno on the shore. And the cat, of course. Never forget the cat.
How far away is she from the boat? Does she look like she's coming towards the boat, or?
What are you doing, Una?
Uno, so there's purple fire.
There's purple fire further into the forest.
Oh, did I see the
Make
purple fire?
Maybe a perception check, Elvis. You're slightly at the wrong sort of angle.
Perception. That's a 12 plus, so that's a 13.
You look over as you glance through the figure. Yeah, I was quite who are you? You do also see that there was a weird purple flare going up in the forest, off in the distance, like a purple fire tree. It's very odd.
It is very odd. Hey, Sindri, did you see that?
Not the person or the fire?
The fire. I saw the person
Oh.
too.
Yeah.
Out loud, I'm going to, who are you?
Did you light that fire?
Do I know?
Do you know who lit that fire?
No?
All right, we'll carry on. And she'll just keep trudging through the forest.
The figure walks on past. And so, as, well...
Wait, would I think that anybody I knew would light a purple fire? Did anybody
That's
tell me that
entirely
they
up
were
to
going
you.
to do anything?
No one said anything about lighting a purple fire to you.
I can tell you that we didn't start the fire.
I was waiting to a more opportune time so that we could actually sing it. I'm a little disappointed. I was over here writing lyrics.
Sometime later and some distance away, down beneath the ground, we move to beneath the Temple of Light and Shadow. As Krasara takes a step forward, her maul in hand, you hear the voice going, really wish you hadn't done that to her. You should have stayed away. Made things unnecessarily complicated here. And Torvald, you hear that voice from past beyond Krasara. And it's strange, there's something familiar about the voice, something of the timbre, not quite like the half-elf you met beneath the well, but there is definitely a resemblance there.
What are you talking about? What happened to Ira?
Ira? I don't know who Ira is. Now, you hear the figure hear footsteps on the ground, and Krasara sort of takes a step back to one side, and looks at you, like, maul raised, sort of, like, what are we doing?
I'm checking on Ira. I'm not sure what you're doing. And Torvald will kind of like run back and go to check on Ira.
Right, Ira is lying dead on the ground.
I don't remember if I already tried to check to see if I knew what was wrong with her. If not, I would like to do so.
Make me a medicine check, but you can hear Krasara backing up going, Torvald, do we have a plan here? There's someone down here.
I understand. I've got to check Ira first. That's going to be a 27.
What's wrong with her? She's dead. She has been, her brain is gone. So as you can tell, at least part of it. Like, there's no sign of life behind her eyes. There's no sort of visible wound on the rest of her body, but she is very much dead.
Okay. I think we should run. Torvald kind of drops his head over Ira.
Run? Kasara does not look entirely pleased with the idea of running, but she's backing down towards you.
I don't know how much more I have in me.
Dare, what are you up to?
I'm going to walk up to Ira and, saying that she is deceased, I am going to straighten her body to a more comfortable pose on the stairs and lay her arms across her chest. And look at Torvald. I'm afraid she's gone. And it sounds like Kasara's in trouble again.
Not in trouble. I'm just. There is a person here.
You said it sounds like the elf.
It sounds a bit like the elf. The elf
Right,
that
the one
you've
from
met before.
down the well.
Yes.
Cave or whatever it was. Okay. It sounds like that coward that ran away when we were in the cave.
Doesn't look like anything like him.
Well, looks can be deceiving. We've found that firsthand. Torvald's just he's gonna be still looking at Ira, but he's gonna start to like get up on one knee and start standing up. I guess we should fight then. Is that what you're saying? Adair?
I'm saying we either need to fight or we need to get Kasara out of here. And either way, I think you're going to have to give up on your gold statue, my friend.
I'm not concerned about that right now. Ira's dead.
It's pretty obvious, and I'll lay my hand on Ira's forehead and begin reciting a short druidic chant of winning her spirit to move on peacefully.
Torvald's gonna...
How short is this chant?
Short enough. Long enough to irritate Torvald, short enough not to take forever.
Sorry.
Alright, Torvald's gonna turn around and he's gonna walk over toward Kasara. Alright, step aside.
Step aside. Do you want me to carry her?
Torvald's just gonna push through. He's gonna yell down
Amalia!
He's gonna yell down the hallway here, using thaumaturgy to kind of cast his voice and make it more booming. Alright, what is it that you want?
I simply want a favor. Do one simple thing for me and I'll show you the way out of here.
We know the way out of here.
Do you?
We can go back the way we came in.
Oh, sorry, I meant I'll show you the way out of here that doesn't involve me killing you.
I'm not in the mood for threats.
Well, that's a shame. Because that was definitely a threat.
Well then, I guess it's gonna have to come to that. Because I'm not backing down.
No?
I'm in no mood for games.
Well, in which case, Torvald, Adair, I'd like you both to roll me initiative as we go back to sometime earlier to Aldis. You can see the purple fire off in the distance. The stranger on the shore has carried on her walk past you. What are you doing, Aldous?
How long has it been since everybody left me on the boat?
About an hour or so.
Only an hour.
Yeah. Right. We'll get back to you in a sec, in which case, Uno, as you continue your path along the shore, sort of trudging through of wet grass, you can see it opening out ahead of you, this area of grass and scattered ruin along the shore of the lake. And as it opens out, you can see yet another boat. This is the busiest area of forest you've seen in a long while. You see yet another boat pulled up on the shore. It's someone with two figures sat on the bench inside it. And as you step through the forest, one raises their hand and goes, "Hello there. Hello.
Yes.
You there, lady.
Yes.
Did you light that fire?"
No, did you?
No. You've not seen a couple of elves and a halfling anywhere, have you?
I haven't seen anyone. I saw a woman on a boat with a cat.
No. What? That's ridiculous. Anyway, no. Look. And you see the first figure stands up. You see they're an elf, sort of dressed in rough traveling clothes. The other figure is still just sat on the bench, sort of staring blankly into the mid-distance, just unmoving and staring blankly. The figure who stands up goes, "Yeah, my companions, you sure you've not seen them? There's a halfling, like a really short halfling, like short for a halfling either, snooty elf guy, and oh no, she's a human, irritating woman. No,
No.
you'd know them if you'd seen them."
If it was just the halfling, I may have accidentally stepped on him, but other than that.
No, probably gonna get themselves killed, stupid idiots. Alright,
Do you think they lit the fire?
maybe. Look, they told me to. I'm looking at a bit. I'm refusing to go a step further in any more creepy ruins with those guys. Like the last one, we almost died like 5 times, and one of our party went missing, and yeah, things.
So there's creepy ruins.
Oh, I don't know what's going on here. I signed up just to do a bit of bodyguarding, and now yeah, things are. We're missing one dead, one.
You were signed on as a bodyguard, and you don't even know where the body you're guarding is.
I signed on for dealing with bears and like minor forest inconveniences. I did not sign in for creepy ruins full of strange brains in jars. Like
brains in jars. So
brains in jars.
Where is the creepy ruins?
I mean, which blocks of creepy? And Louse in here is just like wandered down a corridor when I found her just staring at the wall, pretty much brain dead. So yeah, previous creepy ruins were back that way. So, and then they went. He points up further into the forest, like that way for more creepy ruins. Something to do with temples and darkness and yeah. I am out. I have done it. I've had enough of all of this. Okay. Nobody is paying me enough.
All right, great. So there's ruins nearby, right? Is that Lima Durai?
Yes, yeah, Lima Durai, that's what they called it.
Great. Do you know what direction that's in?
He waves his hands, sort of encompassing the forest and various patches of ruin you can see in this sort of tower rising up further, and goes, "This is all Lima Durai, apparently."
All right, very helpful.
Some kind of city thing.
So we don't know who lit the fire. There just happens to be a purple fire. And your friends are missing in a temple that may or may not be dealing with necromancy?
What? There's necromancers now as well?
I'd
Wait.
assume so. That's why I'm here.
Oh. I don't know. No. Necromancy is above my pay grade. I don't like it. Creepy dead things. No.
Well, it's a good thing you don't like it, because I'm here to deal with it. So,
All right. Well,
what direction did you last see your friends heading in?
they went that way. He points sort of up the shore to, well, inland, up this slope. You see there's scatterings of ruins. He goes, hang on. I've got wait one sec. One of them left me this to explain where they'd gone, and he hands you over a rather crudely scribbled map and goes, this was where they said they were going. So you see, they said they were going up there, and I should follow after and find them if they didn't come back in like 3 hours time. They said that about 2 hours ago, an hour and a half. I don't really know how long it's been.
Great. Well, I'm glad you're taking your service seriously. I'm gonna head after them, and I'll send them back your way if they're okay.
Great. Yeah, we're here where the cross is.
Sure. If you find out who lit that fire, let me know.
How?
Find me.
But okay. I'm looking after Lawson.
Sure. Okay. Noodle will trudge back off.
You start trudging your way towards these ruins. Aldous, are you staying back behind with the boat, or what are you up to, Aldous?
So did my companions give me any indication on if I should follow them or what after a time period or any of that?
Guys, did you?
I don't recall.
Being as non-meta-y as possible, I don't recall giving any such direction except to watch the boat and that we would be back soon. So
Yeah. That's what they said.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna stay with the boat because that's what was asked of me.
And as you sit there, Sindri sits in the front and goes, they're probably all dead.
Why would you say that?
Oh, just wishful thinking. I mean, just thinking.
Wishful thinking.
It was a joke. Where I come from, that's considered a joke.
Mm-hmm. Does Sindri feel weird to me at all?
No, she seems as malevolent as ever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, perfectly normal.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I guess I'm going to organize and tidy up the boat while I wait for a few more hours.
Okay, what do people... Meanwhile, back down below, what do people get on their initiative? Well, I say meanwhile, but there is a time staggering going on here. So, what do people get on their initiative?
15.
10
15 for Torvald.
and 10.
And 10 for Adair.
That is correct.
So, Torvald, you are weirdly up first because it seems that I can't roll dex to save my life. What would you like to do? Put you back on the correct map.
So when we rolled initiative, was there some sort of aggressive action from?
You said you were about to
Said that I wasn't going to
start
back
a
down.
yeah, so I was taking that as you're about to start a fight, so that's why I was saying roll initiative.
Gotcha. All right. So Torvald's gonna put his hand on his chest and he's gonna say, I know I've asked you for a lot lately, But Thunder, protect me from this evil. And I'm going to cast Protection from Good and Evil as this electric current just goes across his whole body as my last spell.
That's the one that makes your brain pop out, right?
Yes. It's the one that makes your brain pop out.
Are you sure you're casting that right?
Be
That's
careful.
how the spell normally works, right? You just
Maybe her brain was evil. Who knows? And then I guess I will, since that's my action, I don't have a bonus action, so I'll just say, is there anything you can do to bring someone back after they lost their brain? I guess that's it.
who to?
To the elf person.
And they call back to you guys. I can fix that. And Chrysara looks to you, Torvald, and I'm going to, as Chayla is not here this week, I'm going to between. Actually, Moira or Mama, would one of you like to control Chrysara for the course of this? You don't have to.
Would you like me to do it?
Is that
I was waiting to hear from Mama.
Sorry, I was offering to the people not there.
I don't exactly know what all her special stuff is. All I know is that she uses the hammer to hit things. I don't know any of her numbers or any of that.
Oh, sorry, you're wanting Chrysara?
I was going to say, if either of you want to control her, you can. But
Just for combat purposes?
just for combat purposes.
I know how barbarians work.
Go for it.
Okay.
I can
Go
try.
for it.
Okay. I don't know if you can see each of the characters on D&D Beyond or not, but I think you should be able to see her
You
sheet.
can,
It should be.
yes.
Yeah.
You just can't see like their bio, but you can see all their stats and stuff.
Yay, cool.
Right. So, Moira Chrysara.
Oh, am I first?
It is. You're second.
Oh, jeez, okay. Let's see. So we're fighting this main dude right here.
Well, you're picking a fight with him, so as yet no blows have been exchanged.
Let's see. I need to find a sheet.
You can always hold for now and come back.
Yes, I will go ahead and hold whatever action is most appropriate, and I'll DM you what action that is in a moment.
Yeah,
Get back
that's
to
right.
me.
Good. Adair,
Did I hear
you
those?
can hear this conversation.
Okay.
You can hear this conversation going around the corridor, but you can't actually see what's going on.
Okay. I'm going to ask Amalia to come stand over and guard Ira's body. And how far is it around the corner? Or could I make it? Can I make it all the way over to there, possibly?
Let's.
I don't know if you got if the map's scaled properly.
It is.
Okay, cool.
So, just
Right.
about. You can just about make it there. All right.
You said you could fix this?
Anything else, Adair?
I'm gonna ask, you said you could fix this? How?
I can fix this. Just give her to me, and I can fix everything. It'll be fine.
I assume that's my time, so.
But there will be a price.
And the price is?
Torvald, your turn.
Am I able to tell if she's lying? Or
If he's
is it
lying?
he?
Yeah. Can you not see from that manly hairstyle? It's a manly side sweep. It's elves. Look, okay. Make me an insight check, please.
All right, that's gonna be a 26.
They definitely have very nefarious intentions with what they want to do here.
So I don't think that they'll just fix her if we pay them something. Okay.
Oh, not probably in any way you want her fixed.
Gotcha. More like she was fixed before. I gotcha. I don't trust this one, Adair.
I'm with you, brother.
And Torvald is going to... Can I see them? Or do I have to, like, step up?
You can sort of see them. You didn't have a very good line for casting spells and stuff. So.
This is such a weird, like, awkward place to start a fight. There's, like, no room. You know, so many melee. Alright, so Torvald will kind of, like, walk up, I guess, and kind of...
Okay.
Until he can see them. And you'll just see this sphere of energy forming next to their head as it has this concussive force and toll the dead.
That is 22.
Yep, that's gonna pass.
Okay. Chrysara. It's back round to you again.
Yes. So I'm gonna go ahead and have Chrysara be like a gate, basically. So she'll stand in this stairway, and unless y'all approve and give permission, if this person tries to walk past and mess with Ira or Amalia, she'll attack them with her maul.
That's pretty much right. All right. Adair, you hear this sound of Torvald's magic and the crackle of the thunderer.
Well, I suppose this
Let's
means...
The elf doesn't seem bothered. He just crosses his arms and smiles and goes, "Really? You want to try this again?"
We'll walk up behind Torvald. I suppose this means we're committed. And I am going to cause 2 brown bears to appear behind the elf.
Of course, of course. As ever, no situation cannot be improved by the addition
More bears.
of bears. They're large, right?
Yes. As
They
large
have to
as
sort
they
of
will
form a
fit.
queue, I think.
That's okay with me. It's the queue of death.
It's the queue of death.
Should just put a bear on each side and then just run. It'd be a barricade.
Oh. No.
It
No.
only hurts that I didn't think of that first.
Right?
Awesome.
And I'm going to... well, I wouldn't like to second guess what commands you're giving these bears, so just to confirm, what kind of command are you giving these bears, and what's their initiative?
Oh, I guess you do need initiative for that. Their initiative is 5.
Oh.
Unless
Okay.
you want one for each. I assumed you wanted one for both. I think that's how I've done it in the past.
No. Bears.
Bears are a
stick
class
together.
by themselves, yes. Bring me its brain. That's my instruction.
Okay. Okay.
Brains. Zombie bear.
The elf sort of looks over his shoulder and you see this when you see this sort of look of slight surprise that there's suddenly a bear behind it. But the elf looks towards you and goes, "This did not end well last time, and it won't end well this time." And opens his mouth wide and lets out this piercing, shrieking sound. And Torvald and Adair, I need you to make me intelligence saving throws, please. As you feel this blast of
You mean
energy sort of
wisdom,
ripping.
right?
No. I mean, An intelligence.
Thanks for picking something I'm good at.
Okay. Is it trying to charm, frighten, or possess us?
No.
Okay.
It's trying to kill you.
I got an
Do you have
11.
a spell that gives you resistance on things trying to kill you?
I have I'm trying to see what it is.
I got an 11, but I think I got it backwards, so I turned it over, but it was still an 11.
Okay.
Yeah, it says advantage on charmed, frightened, possessed. I think that's
None
it.
of these things.
And a disadvantage if they attack me. So they have disadvantage if they attack.
Okay.
All right, that's gonna be a 7.
Okay. So both of you find yourself stunned by this blast of energy. This blast of psychic energy ripping through you. You find yourself stunned. It's the turn of the bears as the elf turns back to look at them.
So no damage. So no concentration check on this.
There is damage. Thank you for reminding me.
I just want to be honest.
Thanks, Dare.
Hey,
You did
know,
something I've forgotten.
You give me a never-ending cup of ale. What do I do?
Hey
Sure,
teacher,
up
what's the
about-
homework due today? Ah, fuck.
So how
Yep.
dead am I?
You are 18 dead.
18 dead.
Are you sure? I really
You are.
don't like that. You could pick another number. I'd be very happy.
20?
No.
How do you like that as a number?
You're going about this the wrong
20
way.
what?
So
100. What happened to the bears?
sadly,
Mr. Bears.
that was an 8 on my concentration check. By the way, my
Oh, no.
dice, my 2 dice that have failed me.
So you see the elf look over his shoulder. So essentially, very briefly, like 2 bears appeared, roared, and then vanished again. Like,
All right, I rolled a 19. Yes.
you're still protected.
I rolled a 15 on
All
the
right.
die and I have a +4.
Rasara, you see... Oh no, Torvald, your turn first. At the end of your turn, I'd like you to repeat me that intelligence saving throw, please.
Nope.
Nope. Krasara, you
Does
see
he
ahead
roll?
of you see Adair and Torvald both go still as this screeching sound echoes through the air. What are you doing? Stand in, Krasara.
Well, it seems like the boys can't handle things for themselves, so Grisara will go ahead and what's our latest
Also,
movement
I probably
speed?
actually need to give you control of the Krasara token.
Yes, that would be so useful. Why does she have 40 feet walking speed? Where did that come from?
No.
It is
Can I just repeat? Oh, teacher, the homework's due. Just run with it.
no, she has fast movement.
Yeah, I
That's so
think
cool.
there's a reason for it.
It's a barbarian
cool.
trait.
Oh, nice. Very
Uh,
cool. So she'll go ahead and she'll push up ahead in front of the boys. Stand
So
here.
as she jostles past them and pushes them, let me just check if that is. Are you trying to be gentle going past them, or
Not
barging past?
necessarily. I'll dodge past.
barging or dodging?
Just as quickly, but as she's not trying to do harm. She's kind of, strong arm her
Okay.
way through.
I'm gonna let the both of you make another intelligence save here. You're being jostled and
Oh
Okay.
no, sorry.
shaken
no, that's
here.
good. That's a good thing.
No, it's like slam
it's
us
a
into
good
the
thing.
wall, cause damage.
Yeah.
Kill us.
It's gonna be a 10 for me.
Oh, not enough.
And a 15 for me.
Yeah. Sorry, the sun's setting and it's being really
Messing with your
inconvenient.
Sun's
so I
going
can't
down,
see
big
right.
guy.
Sun's going down. What did you get, Adair?
15.
15?
Yes, 1 5.
Adair, you are no longer stunned.
Yay.
You are shaken away as Krasara barges past you.
Pushes past you.
Krasara, you can see this this elf sort of glancing over his shoulder at the lack of theirs. He looks back and goes, huh. But you're not quite close enough. What are you doing there? You staying put there?
So
Or-
he's
you
obviously
have
like,
got a javelin, I think.
yes, I do. That's what I'm going to use.
Was that all your movement? Don't you have more movement than that?
No, that was it. Kind of. Well, I mean, I accounted for Querners, so I went here.
Well, you also have to account for the fact that you had to go through people to get there as well.
Yeah, so it's about like here-ish.
Everyone's on my side tonight. It's brilliant. I like this.
She'll stay back a little bit, but she's gonna go ahead and use her javelin. So that is a... Oh, I don't even have my dice out. What am I doing?
What are we even doing here? Come on, guys.
Okay. I'm using my Ira dice. Oh, I need to pick new dice. Shoot.
So
Okay.
it's +5 for the attack roll.
Yes, so she got a 23 to hit.
That will hit. That will hit.
Fantastic. And then that'll do 10 damage.
Oh. He shies back a little and looks down at sort of like his javelin. With a look of affront on his face, like, how dare you?
You can attack twice too.
You hit me.
Yes. Do I only have one javelin?
I don't know how many javelins you have.
I assume she has one.
She
but
also has-
a
she
hand
also has a
axe,
hand axe,
So
yeah.
I'll go ahead
You
and
have a
just
hand
follow. So I threw the hand axe. I threw the
Just
javelin.
throw all your weapons. Go for
Yes, and then I'll attempt to just for fun kind of like split the arrow where I'll throw the hand axe right where the javelin
it.
was.
Okay.
That hit him and just kind of like try to double impale. So that will be that's a natural 20. Wow, I'm really good at Krasara. Wow, I should just play Krasara all the time.
All right.
And
Roll
then how do
me.
Yes, how do we do crits here? Because my home game does
Double
them
the
differently.
Double the dice. Double
Fantastic.
the dice.
Okay,
Sorry. I'm just. It's getting darker and darker in here. It's getting annoying.
that's totally fine.
How
Okay,
dare the sun go down?
so I roll double the dice, or I just double the number that I receive.
Roll
Double the
twice as many
dice.
dice.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, great. So that would be 17 plus 2, yeah. So 19 damage then
Right.
with that.
19 damage. Okay.
Yes.
The axe through the javelin, and he looks at that with more affront that the axe is now stuck in him. Like, and there is quite this. The image of the elf flickers a little, and you catch a glimpse of something else beneath.
Oh.
These tendrils coming down from her face, this bald head, and yeah, it's one of them.
Cool. Noted.
One of your old friends, and Adair, it is your turn.
Oh, you're one of those things. I'm gonna hold up his hands like this and say, Brambles, come forth and seize him, and cast Entanglement. See if we can hold that person. So that's going to be a Strength 15. check. You're muted and you're scaring the viewers with your background shenanigans.
Sorry. That's a 12. That's a 12. It got
That
dark enough. I got excited. Okay.
that would be a fail then.
I just
So
stuck inside with nothing to do except for try and make this thing work.
so it is restrained.
Right, these tangle of thorns, filling the corridor. As it is now restrained, and there are no bears. Sorry. As this tangle of thorns, how big are your thorns again?
20 foot, but I was thinking it would just kind of fill that area around, like that. Would probably do it.
Tangle of thorns filling the area, and he's going to try and struggle free as he starts to pull these vines off, looking kind of more annoyed now at this whole situation. And is that a strength to try and break out?
Yeah, it's a strength 15.
16 on the dice, which is a 16. As it manages to use its turn, tearing it out and sort of backing up further. And you can hear still in the back of your mind that chant you heard before, that growing louder and more insistent as he takes a step back up towards where the chamber widens out, and you can see this purple glow from the pool in the center. And Torvald, at the end of your turn, I'd like you to make me another intelligence save.
Here we go. Come on, dice. Nope. I'm just gonna hang out here.
All right, just hanging out, just chilling. Corsara number 2. Torvald is still stood there staring at the wall.
I'm making a Constitution save. You said?
No, it is your turn, Corsara.
Oh, okay. I didn't have to. Oh, that was trying to get out of the stun. Fantastic. Okay.
Yeah.
Misunderstood. Great. Well, now that he's just there's a bunch of grossness, right? Is that entanglement?
It's entanglement.
Fantastic.
Difficult terrain.
It's
right?
difficult terrain.
Yeah, I'll just walk through that shit. Great. So that's totally fine. So I'll just kind of walk through it, maybe try to bat it away, and then I'll step up to him and just kind of like, oh, you're trying to get away, and
You have rages too, by the way.
yes,
So
I get scared
So you-
to use them.
So you rage, and then you can use Great Weapon Master and Reckless Attack.
That's terrifying. Oh, I could have made another attack last time when I crit. Oh my gosh.
No, that's just with the Great
Oh.
Weapon, I think.
Oh,
yeah, I
right.
think that's
Because
just if you're wielding.
Yes.
With your maul.
Okay, well then I just need to crit again, so I'll take that maul. I'm just gonna continue driving into the spots that are already wounded. Basically, I'll just kind of super focus into those. So I will go ahead and take my maul.
And you have to say if you're using Great Weapon Master or Reckless or both beforehand, before you attack.
Ooh, okay.
You also have to rage first if you
Ooh.
want to do that.
Okay, so she will.
Can she not do that without raging?
Oh no, you can do it without raging, but there's no reason not to rage. You get bonus damage and stuff. So I don't think there's any reason not to rage, just as a
That's crazy.
mechanical thing for the barbarian. For
Okay.
anyone new to barbarian out there, you want to
Yes.
rage, you get resistance to piercing, bludgeoning, slashing damage, and you also get a damage bonus on all of your attacks, which is good when you're using strength attacks.
Yes.
Not psychic damage. No, you don't get resistance to psychic damage.
How
And
damaged? How damaged?
it also
is
does
this
fire
person?
damage as well because of her path that she has.
How damaged does this
Right.
person look?
Pretty damaged actually at this point. They've got an axe sticking out of their chest.
Oh, well, she doesn't need to rage. She'll just hit him. That's an 18 to hit.
That'll hit.
Great. And then that's 9 damage.
Okay, 9 damage. He shoots back a little more, and yeah, he's looking uneasy and unsteady now. And you've got your second attack there still.
Yep. Cool. And she'll hope to just knock him down at this point. Let's see. Oh, that's another 18 to hit. And then 8 damage.
He takes sort of staggers back a little, like, and then looks up and locks, and the face now flickering, definitely now between. Oh, that's a perfectly timed glitchy. The face flickering and forming between between the elf and the form behind these tentacles. The face of similar to this. It seems to be always glitch in and out of focus. And Adair, it's your turn.
Adair is going to say, enough of this. Drop the entangle so the weeds are going to disappear. Combat wild shape into a brown bear. And how far away am I? Plenty of room. Going to come charging past and...
More bears, more bears. Sorry.
Well, you know. We'll have to get lions and tigers in here at some point, but right now it's just bears and badgers.
Oh my.
So going to come in for both a bite and a claw attack on Squid Face.
Alright, she's pushed past. Wait. Go away,
Well, the
Alright.
claws is a 13.
What do you roll to hit?
The claws is a 13.
That does not hit.
I had a feeling it might not. The bite, however, is a 19.
What's your bite? 19? That will hit though. Alright. Roll some damage on
Alright,
this.
that is going to be 10 piercing damage.
Listen. Staggers back more, like, and there is fear in these alien eyes now. I see, like, Ethan glance back behind him towards where you see this steady purple glow, and you can hear this chant in the back of your mind growing louder and louder. You're not sure where it's coming from, except that it's sort of ever present in the back of your mind, growing louder and more insistent. And the elf, well, not the elf, the Illithid sinks down to one knee, and then it's going to see if they can. Nope on that one. Looks up, sort of fear in his eyes, and going to quickly get out their player's handbook as they realise that they forgot to actually check the casting time of a spell. You see them just flickering panic in their eyes as their mind goes, oh shit, can I? And then they disappear.
My cat is stealing my D10s and rolling them across the floor behind me.
Is it having any better luck?
Oh yes, definitely getting better rolls than I do.
So essentially we should replace you with a cat.
Solid. I mean, he's an animal most of the time anyway.
Yeah, I think this is perfect. Just put the camera down there and get rid of Tam and okay. The illithid vanishes. But the chanting is still loud, and you can hear it from behind you in your fair formed air. And you can see this circle of figures, almost like stood still as statues, hand in hand. Their skins sort of greyed and stone-like. But behind them, you see the pool. And you can see something moving in the pool, this tendril rising up and dripping back into the liquid, this steady purple glow coming from within. And Torvald, you feel your mind starting to clear. Just a little. But I think I still need an intelligence save at the end of your round.
Ah, fun. 14.
14. Not quite enough, I'm afraid.
That darn -1.
Intelligence saving throw is not your strong point. And Chrysara, you hit the enemy with your maul and they disappeared. Your maul goes the rest through empty air.
Okay. At that point, Chrysara will start making her way back towards Ira and Amalia.
Alright. There. You see the circle, you hear this chanting. Torvald's still staring at the wall. Do you wish to do anything, or shall I move out of initiative for now?
I guess out of initiative. I'll remain in bear form and just keep an eye on what's going on in the circle at the moment, though.
Okay. You stare into the pool. The circle, the figures are statue still, but in the pool, you can see the shape shifting and moving beneath the surface. In your mind, you can hear the chanting still. The same chanting you heard in your dream. But we'll get back to Adair in a minute, because sometime earlier, first of all, about an hour after you saw the stranger, Aldous, by now the fire has burnt out on the boat. Still no sign of your companions. The lake is still and quiet. But there is a mist beginning to rise off the surface of the lake.
Okay. Does the mist... Do I feel a Fae feeling about all of this?
It is an uncanny mist. This thick mist that's rising. It does remind you a little of mists where you may have encountered Fae creatures before.
Okay. I'm going to stay on the boat, but I'm going to talk to Sindri. Sindri?
Meow.
Is this mist someone from the Fae visiting again?
I've told you before, I don't know everything there is to know about Fae. Possibly.
No, but you can possibly sense them?
More than you can. We don't have, trackers on us. Look, the more time I spend here, the more time I just to think and sense more like a cat. All right.
I'm looking out to see if anybody's coming to talk to me or what.
Well, we'll get back to that in a moment as the mist as the mist rises, as Uno, are you heading off inland following this map? Do you read Elvish?
No, not at all.
Yeah, so you don't understand what the writing says on the map.
Yeah, I figured. I kind of just crumbled up the map as soon as I received it anyway. I didn't expect to learn anything.
You trudge off inland, and you find yourself passing between crumbling ruins and past crumbling statues, and one statue in particular catches your eye. This headless and worn statue of a female figure, on the top half and the bottom half the form of a spider. As you you can see ahead of you these columns leading up and a doorway into the cliffside itself, and from inside the doorway you can hear voices. I am not swimming through that weird flooded tunnel. If you want to go drown yourself in a tunnel, Gwyll, you can drown yourself in a tunnel, Gwyll. I think we just have to accept that whatever's on the other side will have been long ruined and wrecked by those adventurers. Then they're probably all dead anyway. We should get back to the boat. And coming down the steps of this temple, you see 3 figures, all rather battered, blood-covered, bruised, bits of cobweb stuck in their hair. You see a tall elf man, a human woman, and a really short halfling, like short for a halfling short, of group clumped together, and they stop when they see you.
She'll keep walking forward.
They kind of step to one side awkwardly, just look at you and go, are you with the others?
No, I have no idea who they are, but I believe I know who you are, and you need to get back to your boat.
Right. What's wrong with our boat?
You just have a shitty bodyguard.
That is fine and true. We should next time we are hiring a better quality. Cecile, you hear that? Make a note of it. And you see the human woman packing down pockets, pull out a bit of paper, scribble down. Better bodyguard.
Oh, and you can have your map back. And she'll toss the crumbled map that she had mostly balled up back over to him. Did you say there's more people?
They went in that way, but they went off swimming. And they've wrecked the place, broken into the treasure chamber, stolen priceless artifacts, carried them off, and these things belong in a museum. They belong in a museum.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Belong in the hands of marauding Isfjellians.
Sure. Okay. So, do any of y'all know about the fire that was lit? The purple one?
No, what fire? Actually, yeah. That was them. They set fire to a tree and also some spiders, and then this is the halfling speaking, because I don't know why they turned it purple. It didn't seem to help the situation.
Great. Okay, so you were there for the fire? Is it a problem?
I think it's under control, but just be wary of them. They're very angry, and they keep threatening to kill you and set you on fire. And they do weird magic shit. And
well, it sounds like the type of people I'm here to kill, so thank you. And she'll go ahead and head down.
So you head down through the chambers of these underground chambers, and your path takes you on a circuitous route past dead spiders and strange chambers, and I'd like you to make maybe a survival check, essentially, for how long it's going to take you to find anything of note in here. I was going to say navigate, and then I realized wrong system.
19.
Alright, so you fairly soon picking up on what you heard the others say about flooded chambers, and sort of able to work out that various chambers are out of use. You pass things where spiders have clearly been nested, and you see this chamber, this temple to the spider goddess Lawful, and this definitely looks like the kind of place where people dabbling in necromancy might hang out. Like, this is their sort of area. But recalling what you heard from the others, you find your way through these flooded passageways, or to these flooded passageways if you're heading through. Yeah.
Yes.
All right, through these flooded passageways, swimming past weed and past this broken golden statue that's missing a hand, puddling out through here. And back, so Adair, what did you say? You were looking into this pool?
Just keeping an eye at the... Are they people or statues surrounding it in this case?
They look. You can make an investigation check to examine them closer, but it's hard to tell whether these are people or statues. It is.
I can't tell. I rolled a 7.
Yeah, it's hard to tell if these are people or statues or whatever. And as the minute comes to an end, Torvald, you are now back to your senses, sort of unstunned, blinking in surprise. And
Oh, what just happened?
I hit him and he disappeared. Sort of looks down and goes, "He took my javelin." I don't know if she's Irish now. I can't do Kasara's voice. This is terrible. Okay, she's glitching out. I can't do Kasara's voice. She's like, "That was my last javelin. Oh, my axe. My axe."
We'll get you some more weapons. You know who you're talking to, right? Where did it go?
No, I'm gonna go make sure Amalia's okay. It might have got Amalia or Ira. I'm gonna go make sure that Amalia's all right. You see where Adair went? He went down there, and Adair.
Yeah. Torvald will start going towards here and kind of make his way through the brambles, if they're still there.
Okay. As you make your way up through the brambles towards where Adair is, you can see this purple light around you, and you can feel or hear this chanting growing louder, louder and louder around you as you come up to the...
What's
There
this?
is a bear staring at some statues.
There's a bear staring at, like, this in the middle?
No, the bear is Adair. Adair is the bear.
Right.
And
Staring here.
The circle of statues, people, around the edge of this pool. So you can see there's this central pool section, and around it, this circle of statues with their hands held and their faces glitching.
And we still hear the chanting?
Oh, you can still hear the chanting. It's louder now.
Can I tell if it's coming from the statues or from the middle?
It's in your head. Okay. It's not out loud. It is in your mind. Steady chant.
Well, seeing as the bear can't respond to me, does this look familiar to you?
I shake my head, yes.
You're shaking your head for yes?
It looks familiar to him?
Possibly.
Do you think we need to do anything?
And at that, I will shift back into human form. Just kind of slump against the wall and Honestly, I wish Aldous was here. I wish Ira was here. Because we've all seen this before.
And Torvald hasn't seen it? Right, okay.
It was in a dream that we were all in together. I know it sounds weird. You know me and my dreams. They were in it. We've discussed it. It happened. Just believe me. There's something inside
I
that...
believe you, but what?
Sorry. There's something in that water. I'm trying to remember back what we discussed with the one we pulled away from the thing in the dream, whether they were stopping it from doing something or trying to make it do something. My instinct is to... You're muted, ma'am. You're muted.
Sorry, I was clicking away trying to fix something. Make me an intelligence check if you want a hint there.
Oh,
I'm
great.
implementing the idea roll.
Can it be wisdom instead? Okay,
No,
I won't.
no.
No, that's okay. I'll take it. That's a 22.
Well, now I think it should be with no.
Okay, well in that case, it's a 26.
They said they were trying to keep it trapped, to stop it from reaching out, to contain it, and protect against it.
Amazingly, shifting back from bear form, I seem to have had a sudden burst of memory, and these people surrounding it, the spell, the chant, the incantation you hear in your head, they're trying to contain whatever is in that water. I think it's related to the squiggly ones.
Do you think there's anything we can do to help?
Well, I don't know what it is, but I assume if they're containing it, it can be killed. But I really don't know if the three of us are enough.
Well, usually you contain something when you can't kill it.
Well, they don't.
Otherwise, you just kill it.
Well, they don't have you, Torvald.
I'm not much use right now. Does Torvald see anything else in the room? He's gonna like take a look around and see.
You can see there's another doorway. There are two other doorways leading off this room, and I'm having difficulty with the tokens. But at this sort of time, Uno, as you emerge from the water, you can hear voices echoing down through the tunnels. You can hear people talking. You can hear angry female voices seem to be shouting at each other. In some strange... Do you speak Primordial?
Yes.
Okay, in which case you can understand that they are... Look, I don't know, do we take her with her? They wandered off, they've not come back yet. And as you can see daylight ahead of you in this hallway, and as you emerge up, you can see these you can see two women seemingly in the midst of some form of dispute. One of them very tall, armed, with a maul, purple streaks in her blonde hair, and the other slightly smaller and slimmer with like flowery blonde hair and streaked with blue here and there. And you can hear, as you reach sort of the top of the steps, you can hear this conversation going on from around the corner.
Cool. She'll just waltz in like she owns the place, kind of walk up to them.
They both pause and turn and look, and the taller woman yells out, "Torvald, Adair, there's someone else in here!" So yeah, Torvald, you've seen these two other doorways leading off this chamber with the circle, and then you hear Chrysara's you hear Grisara's voice calling for you.
Is it one of those archaeologists?
Oh, are you an archaeologist?
Do I look like an archaeologist?
Um,
Did you roll for that?
are you human or an elf? Or
I'm a human.
What? Or... He goes, well, I don't think she's an archaeologist.
Good answer.
We'll find out what
I
they
don't-
want. We're a little busy in here.
What do you... Wait, she is shouting both directions, by the way. Never let me control your character, guys.
No, I think you're controlling her so accurately.
What do you want? I'm going to give you a temporary token, by the way, because for some reason I can't make new tokens at the moment. It's really annoying.
Oh no. It's okay. Make me the badger.
Don't tempt me. No, I'll...
Watch it now.
I could use my default temporary token, which is a terrible one.
No. I think I've seen that one.
But yeah, this shouting conversation. What do you want?
Have you been lighting fires and raising the dead?
And she looks and goes, yes, no.
Okay, only one then.
That's your
So-
temporary one. I'll have to do. You've got control over that now until I
Oh.
get your actual token sorted at some point.
I do not have
About
control
that?
over it, but thank you. Oh, there we go. Now I do. That works. Okay, so you lit a purple fire in the middle of the woods?
And the second girl goes, it wasn't on purpose. I was trying to set fire to a spider. I missed, okay?
Okay.
And you can see that as they're talking, but like between them lying on the floor, like laid out neatly, is supposed to be a body.
And you didn't care to put the fire out?
We did eventually. Well, not me personally. It took a while.
Okay, so you at least tried. And it doesn't seem like you succeeded very well, but you did something. Okay, who is this? And she'll just...
And they look down at the and the tall woman looks down at the body. It's just laid out on the ground in front of her. None of your business?
She dead?
Yes. Torvald, I think she wants Ira. I think she's trying to steal Ira.
I'm not trying to steal Ira. I'm just trying to figure out. I was told there was some necromantic dealings in this area, so I'm here to investigate. And I was told that potentially you folks are the ones that are doing the necromancy, so
I'm not a necromancer. You haven't seen a ice fairy round anywhere, have you?
no. Absolutely not. And I hope I don't.
She's my daughter. I'm looking for her.
I came out to these ruins because I thought they were abandoned, and I've met at least 10 people at this point.
They're the busiest ruins in all the land. It's like 6 different random people groups. So as this conversation is going on, Adair and Torvald, are you staying down by the pool? What are you up to?
Staying down at the pool. They're lounging. They put their swimsuits on.
Little drinks with umbrellas in them.
Lounging by the pool. Hey guys, how's it going?
I can't do mine. It has a
Fun,
trademark
you know.
product in it.
It's at least violet radiation. You know, it might not be
Yeah.
ultraviolet, but
There you go.
Yeah.
Torvald,
The sun is
it's
shining.
violet. You know?
I guess we should go find out who our new guest is.
All right. Can't trust Cassara to do anything by herself. And
Can you trust her to
Thorvald
do
will
anything
be
with
back.
other people?
As you head over to greet your new guest, we go back to the boat. And as we go back to... Sorry, I'm committed to the virtual backgrounds even with the glitching. I'm having too much fun here. So, sorry. You're going to have to sit with it. Much fun. As back on the mist is rising now on the shores of Pendle Lake. And Aldous, you can hear music drifting across the waters of the lake. You can hear soft, gentle music. It's drifting closer and closer.
Okay, it's drifting. Is it the guy that's on the raft playing his violin?
Yes, it sounds weirdly not like a violin. Because I don't have any violin music still, but yes, you see a figure on a raft playing the violin.
Is it the exact same person from last time? Okay.
It does appear to be.
Hello.
Hello. I don't think you met him before. I think it was Ira who met him before.
But she told everybody about it,
Yeah.
didn't she?
Oh yes, in great detail.
What are you doing all the way over here?
Enjoying some beautiful scenery and some lovely company. How are you? This lovely evening.
Evening? Is it evening now, or is it
afternoon, really?
Okay. Your time is a little off. It's not evening yet.
What is time? Time is but relative. The passage of time it's just the ebb and flow of the universe.
Okay.
Aldous, isn't it?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. I've got a message for you, Aldous.
Oh.
Incidentally, I just happen to be on this lake anyway, but whilst I'm here...
Okay.
See,
Where's Sindri?
Sindri is hunkered down like behind the rim of the boat, just staying out of sight.
Okay.
Like, paws over face, like, oh, no. And you hear in the back of your mind, not these guys.
Okay.
Look. I think it's high. The Queen wishes to extend an invitation to you and your companions. She says it is, given current events and the pace of which certain things are happening, that a meeting would be wise. And she asks that you come to her.
Okay. My companions aren't here right now.
Oh, time, as I said, time is kind of relative. Like, it doesn't have to be this instant, like tomorrow, next week. What is time?
Okay. Does the Queen tell you or tell us how to find her?
Oh, yes. There's seek the circle of dreams. They watch the gates, the easiest gates. You just walk on through. A place where the borders of your world and our world stand so thin that one can just wander through.
Circle of Dreams?
Circle of Dreams. They what do they call the place again? They have like a model name for it. Let's see. I can't quite remember what it is. But yeah, it's druids. That's what they call them. Druids. The Circle of Dreams. Yeah. Seek them. They stand by the gates. They watch the door, and the queen will be waiting. Don't keep her waiting too long, though. Like, time's relative, but not too relative. Like, you know. Eventually, even the Fae get bored of waiting, and they well, you don't want to deal with a bored Fae queen. Like,
No. Do you by chance know where Olwen went?
which Olwen? There's like 5 different Olwens. Do you mean like there's an Olwen who's like a cupbearer to the Bear King, or
It's
Olwen the White, or
Olwen the White, the one with all the snow and the cold?
yeah, have you seen her?
She was with us, and then she wasn't.
Yeah, he looks around, like puts his violin down for a moment, and looks kind of nervous. Stay away from her.
Okay.
Like, if the Winter King finds out you've been talking to her, things might not end well for you. He's promised to kill all those that ally with her, and has put quite a large bounty on anyone who can bring him her head.
Is he telling the truth? Do I get the feeling he's telling the truth?
Oh, make me an insight check.
An 8.
It is very hard to tell. Like, you're not entirely sure.
Okay. I have a feeling the Winter King already found her.
Okay. In that case, just pretend you never met her. That'll be fine. Just don't. If you never mention the name Olwen again, it's probably safest. Okay.
Okay. I will let my companions know.
Alright, now. I have many maidens to entertain with my songs, and it has been a delightful pleasure meeting you Aldous. And
what was your name?
I'm not falling for that one. I do hope you fare better than the last one. And he steps out and starts floating off across the lake.
Bye.
And
okay.
With that, we go back to some period slightly in the future. Yeah. And underground, where Torvald and Adair, you come around the corner to see Chrysara and Amalia seemingly in conversation with this strange tall woman. And I'll stop playing Tchaikovsky.
All right, what's all the fuss about?
I'm just making sure you guys aren't raising the dead.
Now, why would you go and do a thing like that?
I don't know. I heard that was something that was happening in this area, and I came to investigate it. And considering you set a purple fire in the forest, I thought you may be culprits.
We did no such thing.
That's what I was told.
I'm pretty sure it was pink. The one that I did.
Violet, pinkish purple. Let's go for.
Okay. All right.
I've called it purple too many times. Now
Okay. Just making sure it was the same fire.
I don't want to confuse a pink fire over there. There's a purple fire over there.
Well, if you're an expert on necromancy, we might be able to use your help.
I'm an expert on making sure necromancy isn't happening, so if you're requesting assistance in that, I actually recommend the opposite.
We're requesting assistance in preventing it.
Okay, sure. What do you need?
Well, I think it's easier if you take a look yourself. You can follow me if you'd like.
Will do. And she'll take out this giant sword that's just absolutely, like, it's ridiculous how, like, laden it is with different intricacies, skulls, like a specific place for, like, like a blood vial to, like, insert blood and, like, strike at her. And you can see, like, the scarring kind of on, like, there's a spot, she has, like, these gauntlets on, and then there's a spot, like, kind of up here where she has a break in her armor, and you can see all the different scars against there. And she just kind of, stretches and flexes for a minute and says, all right, lead the way.
And behind her, you just see Krasara sort of standing up a bit taller, just sort of adjusting her maul. Like,
watch closely, Krasara. You might learn a thing or two.
Ooh, no!
And Torvald's gonna start walking over.
Alright, and as you walk over and as you follow them, Una, you can hear in the back of your mind this chant starting to grow. This strange, insistent, persistent chant in the back of your mind. As you draw close and you can see this flickering purple glow and the shadows of this circle of statues or people still as statues, it's hard to be sure, standing around in the purple glow coming from within, and something shifting and moving within that pool. And as you draw closer, the chanting grows louder.
Is this bear still here? I thought this was
No,
a
I don't
right?
control the token. I can't get rid of it. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, cool. I was just curious.
There is no bear. The
I
bear
didn't
is a
think so.
lie.
Okay. Classic.
And now I shift into bear form. Just joking.
So am I able to do either investigation or arcana to see, like, what the ramifications of breaking this circle are?
Make me an arcana check.
Cool. Oops. Let's see. My arcana's good. 9.
You're not really sure. This statues or petrified people form this circle, and inside this shifting, moving thing. But you're not entirely sure what precisely is going on here in terms of magical intent.
So do you folks wager it's better to leave the circle intact or to break it?
Well, as far as we can tell, it's preventing it from getting out, so I'd say we don't want to touch it.
Okay. I mean, as long as it's in a stasis, I suppose we could just knock the walls in so no one else can enter?
Well, there's other passages as well. We should probably check those out first.
Well, let's just break them all.
I'm not sure that's wise.
Well, if it stops more people from getting injured or necromanced or what have you, I don't see the problem in it.
I'm not sure that'll accomplish the goal.
Alright, well, what do you suggest then?
What I already suggested. I think we should check out the tunnels here.
I suppose. If it takes too long, I'm just gonna start breaking walls. she'll sheathe her she'll sheath her sword and follow him. Whichever direction he chooses to go.
I guess Torvald will go off to the side here, as it's the closest passage, and kind of take a look down this hallway.
Okay, as you look down this way, you see another sort of side chamber, again, this with this copper inlay into the floor. These lines of copper twisting and turning across the floor, and there's a few puddles where the floor has sunken down a bit and water has formed in puddles. And you can see a basin set into the wall filled with the same stagnant water.
The same type of water that the brains crawled out of before?
Or
is it different?
It's the same sort of stagnant water as you saw in pools before in the laboratory.
All right. Then I guess he would just continue on, because there's nothing really interested in at first glance, and head down and check out this one.
Okay, checking out here, you find more empty and abandoned chambers. Similar, the design here is much more like the chambers you found at the bottom of the well than the chambers in the rest of the temple. The way the walls are built, these stone cases set upright into the wall, carved almost like sarcophagi, you see, and another stone basin, but this one is empty of water. So you see these 4 upright sort of sarcophagi carved from stone, sort of attached to the wall itself.
Mm.
Well, that looks a bit ominous. What do you think?
I've never seen a sarcophagus I didn't knock on. She'll go ahead and walk up to it. She'll just walk up to the nearest one and kind of pry it open.
All right, make me a strength check for coffin open prying.
Sure.
I mean, make me a grave robbing check.
A grave robbing check. Cool. 18.
18. The stone cracks open, and you see a figure sort of held in place by these metal bands, standing upright in the sarcophagus. This bald head, these tendrils hanging down from its mouth. Its eyes are closed. It's simply hanging limply down in these bands, secured upright.
She'll just kind of poke at it real quick.
It doesn't move. It's kind of moves a bit as you poke it, but it kind of flops slightly. The tendrils hanging limp. It's not decayed at all. There's no sort of smell of decay here.
Does this look undead to you?
It looks like one of the things that we've been fighting.
The
I
ones
wouldn't be
that are-
opposed to you stabbing it.
Yeah, sure. She'll take out her sword and she'll slice its head off. And as she does it, she'll kind of say quietly, like almost like a prayer. Not exactly a prayer, but just kind of like a rite of passage, like may your soul finally find its rest.
The head thumps onto the floor, and you see this ooze of this blackish purple blood from the neck stump. Not really much resistance to it. Didn't move an inch, didn't twitch.
All right, well, I guess we got 3 more of these fun boxes. Let's see. She'll go to the next one up top north.
All right. So given that there's no sort of time, you leave the next one open and it's empty.
Great. Next one.
empty.
Ooh, this is curious. Okay, and then this one.
If you leave this one open, you see another figure held within, but this figure is different. You see the figure of what looks to be an elven woman, held by these metal bands, upright and unmoving, her eyes closed, her face pale. She hangs sort of limply in these metal bands in this case.
Cool. She'll poke at it.
It flops slightly.
I'm not sure about that one, but these things can change their shape, so it could be another one.
If it's dead, it's dead, and we'll make sure it stays that way. And she'll do the same as she did for the previous one.
So as you slice towards the brief, you see the eyes flick open.
Oh. Is she
You
undead?
stay your hand or continue the swing?
I'll stop, but I'll make sure it like stays at her neck as her eyes are open. Good morning, sweetheart. How are you?
Is it over?
She'll take her sword
Are we
back.
safe? Are we safe?
Safe from what?
The mage circle, they're coming. We had to hide. They're coming for us all. Killing us all one by one.
Here's what I know. We're in Lima Durai. Is that where you expect yourself to be?
Yes. Lima Durai, the city beneath.
Great. There's a bunch of dudes with tentacles on their face. Does that sound familiar to you?
You mean the illicit? Yes.
Yeah. Is that a bad thing or a good thing to you?
No. They're our friends. We like them. They are our friends. They came to save us. They have answers. They have shown us the truth and the light and brought us into a new way of thinking. You see, we didn't realize before that we have been tricked. We have been trapped. All this eternity, the gods. It was all a lie. It was all a trap. There is so much more that we are all capable of if we only open our minds and join
Una was
together.
going to slowly close the sarcophagus and turn to look at Torvald.
You hear this? I'm gonna pamphlet.
Sorry, I got tired of hearing her talk.
Agreed.
What do you think?
I mean, I don't trust anyone that's a friend of those things.
Well, does she deserve to... I don't think she deserves to die, necessarily.
Well, if she's gonna work against us.
Let's see. I'll keep my sword at the ready. I'll go ahead and reopen the sarcophagus.
What's that for?
Oh, I have a low patience. Is there a way to release the bands that are on you? That you know of?
Yeah, you just need to pull them off. Well, there should be a key somewhere, but I don't suppose you've got the key. If not, they should just come off. I would take them off. I can't move my arms to get them off.
She'll take her sword and try to slice them off.
And just slice off her arms.
Yeah.
Metal bands. I'm gonna say roll me in a tag here, and if you're really unlucky, this is gonna
Okay,
be
that's
messy.
fine. That's fine. Okay. So with that, let's see. Okay, that is a 21.
Even cleanly through the metal, and the woman shakes her arm off and goes, "Thank you," and starts sort of pulling at the band on her other wrist.
Torvald's gonna confidently walk up and pull out his axe and take a swing.
They're still at her wrists or her
at the band.
Wrist or her ankle ones.
Oh, there's still one on her wrist, right?
She's just pulling that one off. Yeah.
All right, Torvald will try to hit that one.
All right. Roll me an attack. Let's see how this goes.
All right, let me help you out here. 16?
Narrow miss and just managed to hit the band rather than her. She pulls her finger back just in time and she shakes her other wrist ring. Careful.
I'm just trying to help. We can leave you here if you'd like.
Twists around and bends down and sort of wrenches the bands off her ankles. Yes.
All right, so I'll go ahead and let you get those, and while you're getting those, I'll talk to you. There's a circle of people chanting in the next room. I assume that they're the people you're calling your friends. If you join that circle, or you try to do anything to interrupt the circle...
The circle... They're the mages. They shouldn't be here. They came down here. They're killing everyone. I hid from them. Are they still here? Wait, how long have I been in there? Like,
I thought...
Is it still Tuesday?
I don't know. Is it still Tuesday?
You don't know what a Tuesday is?
I have no idea. I couldn't tell you, to be honest, but I'm just letting you know that if you join them or cause any harm to that circle, I'll kill you.
Okay, noted. Noted.
Noted? Oh.
Look, but seriously, they're bad news. Can they hear us?
They are bad news. Okay, I'm glad we're on the same page because you seem to think that they weren't.
No, the circle. Yeah, they've trapped the elder. We need to stop them. We need to free them. So
I think we should kill her.
Again. Connection.
She wants to let that floaty thing free in the middle. I say we end it now.
No. You don't understand. It is Lebaderai is our city, and they came here just because they don't approve of the collective of the truth, and they don't understand, and they.
What if you don't mind me asking, what happened to your blue friend in the hallway?
My blue friend?
Not a question for you.
Oh.
Sorry. One of these things had their minion jump into her head and destroyed her brain.
I think that falls under what I'm against. She'll go ahead and hold the sword up against this person's sarcophagus again. So you're working with them, huh?
With them? Which them?
The people who are eating brains and standing in a circle trying to release something that encourages that?
Don't eat they don't eat brains, they keep the brains to save them and nurture them.
Sure, she'll slice her head off.
You don't thud as she hits the ground. And we will get back to events underground and the adventures of Aldous after the break.
Yay, awesome.
Is all right, guys? No, don't want to. You can't make me. I'm gonna go
We need to talk about soap and chocolate more.
Yeah, no, I don't want. No.
Smell soap and chocolate.
We want to do soap chocolate comparisons from now to ever. All right.
No, only chocolate.
I'd rather bathe in chocolate than chew on soap.
I would have to agree with you. That used to be one of my punishments.
Bathing in chocolate was a punishment? That just doesn't seem right.
No, chewing on soap. Anytime I cussed in front of my mother when I was a teen, I got a bar of soap.
Ooh.
Well, to hell with that shit.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm done.
And many stronger words that I'm not sure whether we're allowed to say on stream or not.
Anyways,
I won't pick on Aldous because she's just talking about this soap or chocolate. So, as the body of the would-be cult recruiter hits the floor with a thud, Adair, Torvald, and Uno. What are you doing?
Oh, I've been hanging back at the pool. I was not following them around
Okay.
in every room.
Okay. Adair's hanging by the pool. Torvald and... Well, Adair, what are you up to? Just hanging by the pool?
Just keeping an eye on what's going on and trying to see what I can discern under the water, because I'm very curious.
You can see there's this bobbing shape in the centre, and these tendrils. Occasionally one will kind of reach out and sort of test the air and then retreat back into the pool. And you can still hear this insistent, incessant chant in the back of your mind.
I'm going to wait for them to return before doing anything.
Otherwise, just chilling by the pool.
Got my little trunk
Alright.
with an umbrella in it.
Torvald and Uno.
Well, I guess that's that then.
Yeah, seems like it. Do you think this pool is anything?
I don't think it's anything good, but the people around it seem to be... She said mages, like...
No, I meant this little puny one.
Oh, I wouldn't go close to there if I were you. That's where those brains come that eat your brain.
Oh. Okay, well, do you want to investigate it? Because I don't really want my brain to get eaten.
I'd rather leave, honestly.
Alright. Cool.
So you had seen that there's one section of corridor that just sloped further off and downwards into darkness, sort of reaching onwards.
So Torvald's gonna go and kind of peek down there and see what he sees.
As far as you can tell, this passage corridor just heads sloping slightly down and off as far as your eye can see.
Well, I don't see much of anything down here.
Alright, well, it's an entrance, though, so if you want to go forward and speak with your, who is it? I guess I should probably get names. My name's Uno.
Torvald, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
The one that keeps...
Yes,
he didn't send...
sorry.
Has he turned into animals since she's been here? I don't remember if he...
No.
No, he's been a person the whole time.
Person. All right. I'll introduce you to everyone when we get back, but I don't really feel like going down that corridor unless you do.
I don't particularly want to myself. Please.
She gets attacked with a cat.
Please.
Torvald will walk back towards Adair.
Your beard was
All
much
right.
better than his.
Thank you. She'll start. It was my fur pelt. She'll start kind of basically self-caving in the wall there to block off that entrance.
Okay, it's gonna take some time without any kind of magical aid or stuff to like chisel out this wall, but given time, you should be able to do it. Make me an athletics check here for basically endurance and time spent and.
I pulled out my good dice, and it's so nice. That's a 26.
All right, you reckon you can make fairly short work of this?
Yeah.
Less than an hour, you can get this done if you start chiseling and chipping, because it's quite unstable, this rock. You can see, I mean, you passed earlier evidence of a couple of cave-ins before where rocks had tumbled like down in the wall, so you reckon you can make pretty short work of this. But
yeah,
as,
she'll take her sword and she'll kind of like the handle she'll use as almost like a blunt force rather than she'll just hold the blade.
So as Uno chisels away at this wall, we're going to go back to the boat and the shore and Aldous, and your companions still have not turned up. Time has passed, and from where you're on the boat, you can see another boat out a short distance away across the lake, sort of moving sort of east and southwards, sort of just at the edge, like some distance out across the lake, not very far away, like within shouting distance, this brown boat with a sail and a cluster of figures sat on it sails by across the lake.
I watch it as it goes by, but I don't say anything. The mist has gone completely, or
The mist has gone. The mist has drifted apart. The mist is gone.
I am going to watch the boat leave out of sight, but I'm gonna say to Sindri, they're taking too long.
I told you, they're probably all dead. I mean, last time we left them, they fell down a well and couldn't get out.
Yeah.
I mean, they're probably just
Do
falling
you
down
want
a well
to?
again.
So either you can go with me and we can find them, or you can stay here and guard the boat.
I don't want to fall down a well.
Okay, well then you can stay here and guard the boat.
Perfect.
Let me either call for me if I'm in range, or come get me if there's any issues.
Yeah, call me if there's fish, don't get me if there's danger. And the cat sort of sits down, stretches.
I won't leave until the other boat's out of view.
Alright. So once the other boat passes out of view, you heading off into the forest towards where you saw the fire before, or are you heading on the shore? What are you?
Where did I see my companions go? Which way?
They headed off into the forest, saying that they were trying to sort of, because if you recall that when you were arriving at the ruins, they talked about how there was a landing area sort of near to the ruins that Adair knew of, but you as a party decided to not land there and to land further along the shore and take the longer path through the forest to get to the ruins.
Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to take the boat and get to the landing, because I don't want to leave the boat too far away.
Right.
So I'm going to sit in the chair, but I'm not going to fly the boat. I'm going to use the water to get there.
Okay. Yeah, for anyone who's not seen Isfjell, the boat flies and crashes. So the boat sets sail off around the shore, and pretty much meanwhile now, you go back to the others down beneath the ground. What we're doing, guys?
Well, what do you think we should do, Adair?
I don't know that I like leaving whatever that is in there. Does our new friend know anything about it?
Not really, but down there we found someone that said that these people were keeping it in, called it an elder or something.
In the dream world, when we spoke to one of them, and it seemed quite worried. I just really hate the thought of leaving it alive, I guess, but...
Do you think there's any way to kill it?
No idea, but most things die in fire. I'm really
You'd
curious...
think this many mages would be able to kill the thing.
You
You
would
think we could do any better?
Yeah, I'm doubtful, my friend. And I think we need to take care of Iris' remains. I don't want to leave them in this place. She's already been taken over once. I hate the thought of something else using her.
I agree. And maybe by some miracle, someone will be able to do something about it, but it's beyond my capabilities.
It's far beyond me.
So at this point, you hear a crash of stones from back behind you as Uno completes her caving in of part of the tunnels.
What the hell is she doing down there? Is she okay? Do we need to go check on her?
Aye, she's trying to block the tunnel.
I guess I like her a little more then.
So over here, do we see like a...
You can see rubble where it looks like something has caved in.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it looks like this sort of part of the wall has collapsed down in this pile of rubble. Looking at it more closely, you think there may have been a doorway there before.
Gotcha. All right, Uno. We should probably get going.
All right. Sounds good. And she, you can tell that she's accidentally like bloodied her hands because she was using the blade to hold and was bashing with the other side of her sword. So her hands are kind of cut up and she just kind of wipes her hands on her pants awkwardly and goes, okay, where are y'all off to?
Torvald will just start kind of walking this way. We're going back where we came from.
Back to Isfjell.
Interesting. Well, cool. Thanks.
Demon cat, it just appears from nowhere and disappears into the void again. It's quite...
DM, this area up here, are these like... You said we'd seen daylight. Are these like windows or something?
Like little slit windows. Looking outside. No one really examined... No one's... You can go up and take a look out if you like.
I would. I'd like to get an idea how high up they are and so forth and so on.
So you've gone various of ups and downs through the cliffs on your way here. And as you look out, you find you are not much... In fact, you're pretty much almost at ground level. Looking out, you can see trees, you can see grass, and you seem to be looking at what appears to be perhaps some kind of ruined, overgrown garden with trees and waterways and crumbling stoneworks outside in the daylight.
How wide are these slits? I'm trying to get an idea how much I can see through them. So from where this one is here, move myself down there. Can I see any of, I guess, this building or this hill or this whatever we're in?
You
down
can
the
see,
side?
you can see sort of
Okay.
cliff face and rocks, and you can see the edge of what looks to be some kind of rubble of a rock fall on the outside of here. Yeah.
Torvald, come look at this. You're better at these kind of things than I. And I'll point it out to him and say, does this look like it was an entrance? At some point?
I will check to see.
I'm muted, but yeah, it does.
Do you think it's possible this ties in with that other place you were looking at downstairs? It might be a faster way out's all I'm looking. I don't really want to drag Ira's body through the water.
Well, we could certainly try, that's for sure. So these windows are too small to get out, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Even if we push really hard on him?
Well, you can certainly try.
No.
All I'm saying is I have form on what happens to people getting stuck in small stone passageways underground. I've been practicing that this morning, so.
Would I know if it would be easier to widen one of the windows or to break through this rubble? Based on my knowledge of stonework.
Make me a stone cunning check. So make me roll me intelligence, but you got advantage on it because it's about rock. Knowing shit about rock.
Because I rock. 13.
You reckon moving the rock fall might be easier than chiseling out solid stone that's,
You just don't want us
good,
messing
like
up your precious temple.
3, 4 feet. I mean, it's entirely up to you how you want it. Look. You hear a Marley call over, like, do you want me to try blowing it up?
I'm worried you might hit one of the things holding the elder or whatever it's called. I think we need to be more discreet about it.
And your aim does not seem to be too accurate. I do remember a small fire in the forest.
It's a fireball. Aim's not really part of it.
Alright, so Torvald's gonna... Did Una just kind of like... Or Uno just stay like way back? Or did Uno follow us? Moira?
Uno, where are you?
Uno's following.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
I just didn't know if you were hearing this conversation about hitting stuff.
Yeah.
Well, to get out of here, we're thinking we can open that passage by moving those rocks over there, and he'll kind of point through the window. We have to get our friend's body out of here, and we can't really bring it through the water.
Can we not just open these windows more?
Oh, you think it'll take longer?
I suppose. Our DM's gone, so we can just do whatever the fuck we want.
Let's do it.
I'm not gone. I'm still there.
In that case, I'm thinking, a giant badger has burrowing. Has the ability to burrow 10 feet.
Ooh.
As its movement. And,
I think burrowing in stone is different.
Damn it! Quit telling the teacher!
She knows.
You could definitely help. It would definitely probably help you and speed you up burrowing through the rockfall. It's not going to aid you to burrow through solid stone. A badger is not an earth elemental.
It's not solid stone though; it's rubble.
Right.
Yeah, the rubble. It will help you to dig through the rubble, but not through the window bit.
I'm going for every advantage we can get.
Just change into a badger mole. They are earthbenders.
I think that might be a little out of my CR capability.
Well, before we go, Krasara, you want to try to get this head off with me?
Even the head off?
Of the statue?
Alright.
Yeah, I'll come give you a hand.
Well, I guess
Goals, right?
A dare. Was that your name?
That's me. Yes. Uno.
Well, yes. I don't know why you're saying it like we're in a club. We can go ahead and move the rubble.
Fine. Let's give it a try.
Okay. I'm doing it for you. I mean, I'd rather just walk out of here, so...
Okay, so Adair, are you turning into a badger?
I will turn into a badger.
Yay.
Giant, in fact. The largest badger I can
Right.
turn into.
You watch as Adair's form shifts into this giant badger? You got a realization that it's bloody druids.
Gross.
A dare badger don't care.
Yeah, he doesn't. A dare badger don't give a shit.
And are you helping him dig this way out, Una?
Yes.
Alright. I'm gonna ask for, I'm gonna stick with it. Athletics from Uno, athletics with advantage from the badger, because this is its
19.
20. Dirty
Thank you.
20. Dirty 20.
All right. So the two of you are making short work of this rockfall. You're easily sort of tunneling your way out. You reckon you'll be out in very little time at all. Meanwhile, Torvald and Kristara, what's your aim here with this statue? Are you trying to take bits off it?
Yeah, I
Or-
think just try to get like the head off, and so Torvald's gonna kind of direct Kristara on where to hit, just kind of like, if you strike it right here, you'll have maximum force transference, and you'll have the best chance of taking the head clear off. And he'll just kind of
Right,
give direction based on his knowledge to try to give her every advantage she can.
All right. So she says, "Stand back." And you have to hear clang,
You're going to
clang,
end up with gold
clang
dust.
away as the head of this statue starts to cave in, so she hits it with the maul. And as time passes, by the time that the cave-in has been cleared, Torvald, you're staring at a statue with this very bent out of shape head. It's like caved completely in on one side. Kristara sort of looking at it. And of course, Torvald, through all this, remember that you're just the head poking out of the water in this chamber. Because it is 5 foot deep of water in here, so you can hear splash clang, splash clang.
Right. I imagine Torvald would have like stood on the stairs a little bit, so he said like at least his head was above the water. So she has not gotten the head off at all.
The head is dented, but it's not off. She has rolled spectacularly badly on a series of checks to try and do anything other than mash this head into a mess.
All right, why don't you try pulling it off now?
It's not. It is attached to the statue. It's not coming off. You do it. You do it. Go on. Do it yourself.
You want me to do it?
See why I have to do all the work here.
Well, you're the one with the big hammer.
The head is not coming off. I have tried.
Well,
I have
then
rolled 2 5s in a row here.
Well, I guess we better get going then.
And then a 3 and a 2. This has been really poor. I've got the hand, right?
Yeah, I got the hand.
Okay.
So Torvald will kind of just like slump his head down and kind of walk out.
Meanwhile, Aldous, as you bring the boat round, you see this area of grassy shore where the forest opens out. You can see this open area, and standing in it, you can see sort of perhaps the perfect area to pull up a boat. In fact, the marks, based on sort of the marking of the bank and stuff, you'd say someone probably pulled up a boat there fairly recently.
It's probably the boat that I watched drift away.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna pull up the boat into the perfect spot, but
you park the boat.
I'm gonna pull it up a little bit higher on the shore, so it's harder for a single individual to pull it out.
Okay, so you pull the boat up onto the shore, and you can see further inland sort of this crumbling ruins, and between the trees, these ruins amidst the forest. And the sun is starting to get low in the sky by now.
Okay.
It's starting to get dark out.
Okay, well, I am going to get out of the boat, find a torch to bring with me, and then I'm going to I guess look to see if I can find a path that would lead me to the ruins.
Looking for tracks, or
Tracks that might
make me a
be
survival check.
recent. Survival's 12 plus it's hidden. Where is it? I need that to move. 12 plus 4, that's 16.
Hey, you can see there seems to be a fairly well-trodden path with multiple sets of prints going in both directions through the muddy grass, off inland through the ruins.
All right, I'm going to follow that, especially if any of them look recent.
All right. Okay. Meanwhile, Uno and Adair, you've managed to dig your way out, and you see now daylight streaming in. Well, dimming daylight streaming in. The sun is. I'll get my east and west mixed stuff. It's starting to get dark out there, as you can see out over for this ruined garden before you. So tangled trees and vines and broken stone stairways and waterways and strange looking plants and vines between the trees. But you can see a clear way out.
I made every effort as I was digging to throw any stones that came loose into the pool. Avoiding the people surrounding it.
So as the stone go flying, this creature sort of draws back deeper into the pool and less tendrils are poking out. And every time you throw a stick, the chanting gets a little bit more insistent and louder. All right. You hear argument, raised voices, and splashing as Krasara comes splashing back out the steps and goes around and calls back to her. Do it yourself if you want it so much. Shouldering her more. Like, where's my stick? Thank you, Amalia. And she takes her staff back off from Amalia. So. Holds it. There we go. Don't make me use this, Torvald.
He's just gonna stare at her. So Torvald's gonna go and go back towards Adair and Uno and just try to see what their progress is.
And you can see light. You can see the sunset light outside as the sun is starting to set in this tangled, ruined garden.
Krasara, grab Ira on your way. We're getting out of here.
Amalia, hold my staff.
I don't know how much Ira weighs. Is she like super light because she's an air genasi?
Yeah, she has a level of lightness to her for sure.
Yeah, I think her armor probably weighs more than she does.
Is she wearing the armor?
She wasn't wearing the armor.
Oh no, she's not.
So she's pretty light. She's a lithe build, so.
And Krasara's pretty strong, so Krasara sort of lifts her without problem. Is holding her sort of like trying to be sort of respectful. She's not just slinging her over her shoulder. I think she's holding her in her arms as you prepare to depart.
All right, so I guess we'll just make our way out then.
As you step out, you can the garden around you hear rustling leaves in the wind, sound of birds, and as the sun is going down, a distant howl out across in the distance of the forest.
Does it sound similar to the mechanical wolves that attacked us?
It sounds more like actual wolves somewhere off in the distance. As you step out and you see in this tangled garden around there's a smell in the air, sort of stagnant water and decay. And
You read my mind. I was just
well,
about
as
to
you,
ask if I smelled anything.
stagnant water and decay, and Torvald and Adair, you glimpse movement in the undergrowth off to your left. Well, less movement in the undergrowth than movement of the undergrowth. It's almost the leaves just shift sideways a bit. A vine twisting and coiling round a nearby tree. And what's your passive perception, Uno? I don't actually know.
That's a fantastic question. It's 11.
Okay. I've written them down now. I'm learning slowly. It's taking me like 20 sessions. But I've finally written down the passive perceptions.
This whole DMing thing, it's all hit or miss anyway.
All right, so yeah, you see a little
Depends on the
movement
AC.
of the undergrowth off on the left.
Well, that doesn't look good.
I will try and position myself between whomever and that, and just kind of push back away from, like, kind of like, okay, let's just move away from this thing while keeping an eye on it.
And so as you stay out, you can see definitely you can all you and you know now see that part of the undergrowth seems to be sort of almost getting up and rising up and starting a slow shift and shuffle towards you.
Is this familiar to me at all from these forests or any of my past knowledge?
Oh, make me a nature check for how much you know here. You definitely have heard stories of this, yes.
That's going to be a 13.
You don't have the full details, but you've heard of strange flowers that sprout across atop necromancers' graves and in areas where necromancy has been practiced. It's flowers that harvest corpses and feast on the dead, and also the living if they can get their hands on them. They are not particularly fast, but can be rather tough if you tangle with them.
See what you did there.
I will try to make
I can play at this game too.
I will try to make it clear by pushing and that they should move quickly. And I position myself between the plant and Crisara, carrying Ira.
Alright, so basically, are you trying to quickly basically run away past this thing? Are you trying to run towards this thing?
I'm trying
What's
to
the
get
plan
them
here, guys?
I am trying to give them the clue to make as much wide berth as they want. That's my intent.
Okay. Torvald and Uno, are you accepting this clue?
Yes. So
this thing is right.
Trusts.
It's wrenching itself about the undergrowth. It's starting to move with a bit more speed now, as it tendrils writhing and lifting. And the question now is fight or flight.
Torvald's going to be holding his shield up, but kind of, close to Adair, just to try to also help out. All right, we better move quickly.
So it's you. So are you running?
Yeah, we're gonna try to get past it.
Uno will do.
Oh, you can definitely make there's other routes out. Like this thing is coming towards you sort of with increasing speed, but you can see sort of paths down through the garden that don't take you sort of directly towards it.
Yeah, we'll move away from it.
All right. So as you come crashing and running sort of through the garden, Aldis, as you're making your way through the ruins, you hear sounds. You hear the sounds of feet. You hear the sounds of crashing through undergrowth off in part of the ruins, not in the part of the ruins that the path you're following leads you, but off sort of on your right, where you can see this walled area, and from behind there you can hear the sound of movement and running feet and, well, whatever sounds the three of you might be making as this great pile of plant matter comes moving quickly towards you, and you can see caught up in it skulls and bones. And Amalia going, which way? Oh, and Kristara going, left. And are you still running?
Yes.
My goal is to
All right, so you can
get them the hell out.
Sorry. I didn't want to assume too much. You assume that people do the sensible thing and run away from a horrible monster, and then as you come down these steps and out of the garden, and standing between sort of the trees on this path and area of grass, you see Aldous holding a torch. And Aldous out down these steps from this sort of ruined walled garden, you see a group of figures come. You see.
How dark is it?
It's getting dark now.
Okay, has the sun completely set?
Sun is just dipping below the horizon, but you can see clearly, right?
Yes, I can.
Yes, you can.
Yes, I can.
You can see, and you see these figures. You can see the familiar forms of Torvald. You can see Adair. Adair, are you still a giant badger?
Yes.
Okay. You see the form of Torvald, a very familiar form of what's clearly Adair because it's a giant badger and it's next to Torvald. You see Amalia. You see Kristara holding something in her arms, and also a stranger. Well, the same stranger you saw a few hours ago, possibly this morning.
Torvald, I'm going to use my prestidigitation to light the torch for them. Even though I don't need it, they might. So, Torvald?
Yes, Aldous. It's good to see you.
Sindri thought you guys would be dead.
Well, she's not completely wrong.
Oh, I brought the boat closer.
That's good. We need to find help as quickly as we can. And
What kind of help?
it's Ira. She's dead.
Is it still pursuing us, or has it stopped?
As you look back, the garden seems quiet and still behind you. Whatever it was doesn't seem to have pursued you out of the garden. But you can there's still a sort of this vague smell of sort of decay in the air, but yeah, whatever it is does not seem to have followed you out. And Eldest, you can now clearly see that what Kristara is holding in her arms is Ira. Not wearing her armor, and just...
I remember her taking off her armor.
Yeah.
And I did reorganize the ship, so I probably stashed it somewhere nicely.
And the sun just dips below the horizon. You're standing in this dark forest.
Let's get to the ship.
It's not very far. I brought it to the landing that's right here.
All right, lead the way. I'll just kind of follow Adair. Or Aldous.
Okay. So as you follow Aldous back down towards the ship, back down through these ruins, past the statue that seems to loom larger in the darkness, and the clattering of 1,000 typists. Sorry. and statues that seem to loom larger in the darkness, these humanoid and spider-like forms leering down at you as you pass by these ruins down to where you can see the Cloud Maiden pulled up on the shore of the lake. And as this internet's always unstable. As you reached back down to the boat, the sun has dipped below the horizon, and it is night time. And you see the cat looking at you as you return back to the boat, and all as you hear in your mind, you go, "Oh, they're not all dead yet."
No, Ira
And
is. I
Uno.
said that mentally, not out loud.
Uno, you see that same boat you saw this morning, that strange silvery boat that the woman was on this morning, pulled up on the shore. All right. So as you arrive back at the boat, what are you doing, guys?
I would have Kristara set her down, wherever we can. And I would turn to Adair. He's still a badger, right? He's still a badger.
At the moment. If you start talking to him, he'll shift back. Right now, he's just looking around.
Looking around.
Keeping an eye, using his badger senses.
Adair, is there anyone around here that you think might be able to help her?
DM, is there anyone around here I think might be able to help her?
No, is there anyone else around there who might?
And
hello.
have I seen any sign of any messages from Harrion? Any druidic sign of any kind on our way around any of these areas?
You turn back towards the boat. Maybe, I'm gonna say, shall I make him roll or shall I be nice, people?
I'm fine either way.
Oh, you were looking, so yeah. Make me a perception check.
21.
As you pass down through the ruins, as you got near to the boat, you did see a few marks carved into one of the trees, a druidic message, which says, "Have gone to Kethri Garian. Situation is mostly under control, but something is loose in the forest." Harrion. There's a long pause before that. It's like that's on a separate. That's on the second tree. He's right.
I know he writes really slow. So, is it addressed to me or is it just in general?
It's not addressed to you.
Okay.
You also know that Harrion tends to forget things like remembering to address his letters to people, or being really specific in his letters about what the hell he's on about. He has several annoying traits, and being vague is one of them.
Yes.
But Adair, you know that there are several groups of druids that live in this forest. It is pretty much druid central. Mm-hmm. Harrion's circle, the circle of the moon, is one of the most sort of dispersed of the circles. Like, don't tend to gather much together except for at the full moon, for celebrations at various sacred circles. There are other circles that tend to be more sort of fixed in their places, and they don't all agree on everything. Like they tend to be slightly divided in their opinions on lots of things.
Mm-hmm.
There's some of them, like the Circle of Harmony, are very much peace with nature.
Yeah,
Let's not do
the
any harm
hippies.
to
Yeah,
anyone.
yeah,
Yeah, a lot of furbolgs involved.
yeah.
Um, Further north, you've got the Circle of the Stones, who are a little bit, very much more involved in actively trading and have a very active role in the town of a place called north of Winterbell, sort of out of the forest, and they are primarily dwarves and Goliath. And you've met a few of them in your time, and they tend to be much more sort of driven to get involved in the world. And you don't want to mess with them. Further off in the west, you've got circles who have more dubious behavior, circles that are said to dabble in things that perhaps shouldn't be dabbled with, including, you've heard rumors of a little bit of necromancy here and there, maybe even. But the most well-known and most famous of the circles in terms of their reach is the Dreamers Circle, the Circle of Dreams, who live in a sacred dell that stands at the borders of the Feywild, and their archdruidess is said to be able to return the dead to life and give new life to the dead, not which in the druidic teaching is considered different from just raising up the dead, to bring new life to the dead and provide a new lease of living. A woman, an elf by the name of Betula Nana.
Do I have an idea where
Who
this?
is a friend of Herian's.
Yeah. Do I have an idea where this place is located? This dell on the edge of the Feylands.
It is located further west into the forest, and I just need to check because I think I saved my map in a really weird place. As in, so I will have you there in just a moment as you think this through in your mind. So try to recall. Where was it?
As I'm thinking, I will share with Torvald, since we're discussing this. Well, there are very powerful druids. You have to understand that while everybody tends to look at druids as being, this one group, we tend to have several divisions, and there are those who they're called the Dreamers, Torvald, because they don't really live in the real world and follow the real world rules. And
can I hear this conversation?
I'm trying to talk to Torvald. I don't want Uno to hear at the moment. That's the only person I would be talking for them not to hear me. They mess around with things that, and I'll look over my shoulder at Uno and kind of smile and wave, that I don't think our new friend's going to care for very much. But they might be able to contravene the laws of nature in Ira's benefit.
Are you talking about necromancy?
I don't think we want to say that too loudly around our new friend. I've heard her mention a few times that's not her thing.
I don't want to bring her back if she's not going to be herself.
I honestly don't know what's possible, Torvald. This isn't an area that I only know of this through my teacher, my mentor, Arian, and the head of their circle is a friend of his, and I don't know what price they would ask. I don't know what they would even be able to do, but that is the only option that comes to my mind at this time.
Well, I think we owe it to Ira to give it a shot.
What are we
Do you
going
know
to do
where we
about...
would go?
What are we going to do about Uno? Because I don't want her getting this, oh, it's necromancy, and attempting to kill a circle of druids. I don't think that will work in our favor, Torvald.
I don't think it'd be a problem if we're bringing her back and healing her, not bringing her back as a zombie or something.
No. I can hope, but I don't know. She seems to put a lot of things under that necromancy umbrella.
Well, we don't know her very well, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't be so quick to judge.
The other thing, Torvald... oh, sorry, go ahead, DM. Sorry.
Adair, you've remembered where that place was.
And I've suddenly remembered where this place is, Torvald.
You recall that the place, Tieth Nara, that's what people call it, is about 200 miles or so southwest of here.
It's at a place... Tieth Nara. It's southwest of here. A good distance, but... and I'll lean in and kind of whisper to him. It borders on the Fey lands.
Well, whatever we have to do, we might as well try.
I am willing to make whatever effort we need. Again, I don't know what the price will be.
Well, if it's too steep, then I guess it is what it is, but I'm not willing to give up yet.
My understanding in these things is that there is a limited amount of time and that we must hurry.
Well, let's get going then.
So,
I guess we would consult with everyone else. All this is there and Chrysara's there, right?
Chrysara's there, going, look, I don't feel like I should be trusted with any important decisions today. I don't know.
I'm there listening.
I've got a headache, and I just don't think that my opinion should be counted quite as much as normal.
I would relay information to you, Aldous. Maybe not about the Fae
Right.
so much, but about where the place is and the direction.
Did you mention the Dreamers? Did you mention the Dreamers?
I would mention a circle of druids who may have the ability to help.
Sure. Well, let's do that.
Torvald will go up to Uno. I keep saying Una.
Just think of the card game.
Yes. We think we might have a way to help our friend. Would you like to come with us? We could certainly use your help.
Yeah, I mean, I guess threat's been neutralized here, so sure, I'm not going anywhere.
All right. Well, we appreciate that. I know you didn't know Ira, but she's a great person. And it'd be a shame to lose her if there's anything we can do to save her.
What do you mean by that?
What do you mean? We're trying to heal her.
Well, she's dead, so...
Right. I have the ability to heal someone who's recently deceased and bring them back to the way they were. But this is beyond my power.
Like exactly the way they were, not any
Right.
misgivings or evil intent.
Exactly the way they were. I'm talking about healing, not necromancy.
Alright. Yeah, I suppose if that's possible, but are you sure this person wants to be brought back?
I wouldn't imagine anyone would want to die.
No, you'd be surprised. But yeah, sure, I'll stick to your game. Where are we going?
Can we hear all this across the I mean, I don't know if you're trying to be quiet.
I wasn't trying to hide it from you guys, no. I just was initiating the conversation. So, yeah. It's not a very big boat.
So hearing what sounds like consensus, Adair is going to walk over, sit down in the chair, and say, Tiath Nara. And then
You don't have a sat nav.
Start to move. You told me I knew roughly where it was. I'm going for it. I would have more guess. You're muted.
Next
for
cloud, take a left.
Damn it, I missed my turn.
We now have GPS.
U-turn.
Rerouting.
U-turn.
You said southwest 200 miles. I knew that. That's a start.
Yeah. All right. So as you feel as the deck of the boat starts to rise up, as the boat lifts up out of the water, dripping water and reed, and rising up off the shore.
What the?
Is the gravity initiated for the boat? Okay.
Not at first.
Slide back a little, and then someone remembers to turn the gravity on.
Do you mind if I ask where we're going? And how?
Well, we're flying. Get comfortable.
We're heading southwest.
Sir, we have some rope.
She's gonna... I don't know if that'll do. And she'll panic. She'll take a chain out. She has like a iron chain she keeps on her, and she'll chain herself down to one of the seats and close her eyes.
Sarah nods and goes, "Now see, she's got the right idea.
No one said anything about flying boats.
That's my invention. It's called a seatbelt."
Are you afraid of heights?
I don't know. I've never experienced them before, so we'll find out. She just keeps her eyes closed.
Well, there's nothing to be worried about. The boat's magical. It'll keep you in here. And
Okay.
Adair's all right at flying it.
All right. Okay.
I've only thrown you guys out once, twice. Nothing much. It's cool.
No, I've stayed on. I've managed to stay on the entire time.
True.
He flew it while we fought a dragon, so can't be worse than that, can it?
No.
Famous
Well,
last
speaking of, we should probably go find another dragon soon.
Just for fun.
All right. So the boat rises up into the night sky, and you can see the forest stretching out on and on and on beneath you as you take flight off into the night. And just to point out that I probably won't ask people to do it now because I know you've not got things ready. But welcome to level 6.
Woo!
did it.
Uno just caved in some walls and leveled up.
Conquer your fear of heights. Gain 7,000 experience.
Milestones. This is a milestone. This is the milestone system because I don't like maths.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah, XP can be a little tricky, especially when you like.
I just
creatively
had to
avoid
watch
an
the
encounter.
boat.
Yeah.
You've
said
still
you
got a boat though.
You don't want us to level up right now?
You can do if you've got stuff ready, but I didn't want people to like stress if they didn't have things sorted.
I assume
Yeah.
you get a long rest then too.
Yes, you get a long rest. You get your spell slots back to hold.
Finally. That was painful,
What's perhaps been the longest day of your life
right?
is
It's like 3 or 4
over.
combats or something.
I'm assuming mine doesn't count as a rest since I'm actually steering the ship, though.
Yeah, no, unless for now you've not got a rest if you're flying on through the night. As you head on across the forest, And I think we determined how far was it you could fly any of this thing in a day? Was it about?
I don't remember.
It feels so long since we've done long. Oh,
It depends on how fast we're flying, I thought.
yeah. I think if
I
you up the
thought,
speed. I wrote this down somewhere, and then
I've got my notes, but I don't have them in front of me right now, so sorry.
Let's see. Did I? Loading.
Well, you gave us from Isfjell to Sorlensby was half a day.
Okay. So...
If we went at a reasonably slow, like 20 to 30 miles an hour.
Okay, so if you...
Or kilometers an hour.
Right, so if you press on and fly all through the night, you reckon you should be able to make it to like Tiednara by morning, but that would not afford Adair any chance to rest. Up to you.
I'm going to meet druids. What do I have to worry about? I don't need to rest.
Alright. So...
Alright.
As you fly onwards, yeah, you get your long rest.
I'm going to actually sit up with Adair for a little bit.
Alright, you sit up, help him keep... Are you keeping a lookout or just keeping him company?
Keeping a lookout, but at one point I do want to have a conversation with him.
Alright.
Sorry, I've been sick.
Adair asked you to please sit 6 feet away from him while you're having this conversation.
Oh, damn it, gone like, 2 hours without thinking about it.
I'm gonna cough on Sindri, and Sindri's gonna hop up on your lap.
Excellent.
And where was I? Yeah, make me a perception check, please, Aldous.
I rolled a 2 plus 1, so that's a 3.
It's nothing much to see out there. It's dark. Even your eyesight doesn't stretch that far into the night. It's the sky, the stars above are beautiful. Look at that beautiful, beautiful starry sky. But yeah, nothing much to see out there.
Okay. Yeah. All right. It's very pretty. Very, very pretty. Hey, Adair, I'm going to be talking slowly so that the people can sleep as they need to. Adair, while I was waiting, the violining person on the raft that Ira told us about that one time? Or was that Crisara?
It was Ira.
It was Ira? Okay.
I'm hoping that she said that in character, so Adair can just kind of be rolling his eyes.
No, that was sure, that'll be in character. He ended up at the lake here while I was waiting for you all to come back. And he had a message for me from one of the Queen of the Fae. The Queen of what was she again? The Queen of Copper and Crystal?
The Queen of Copper and Crystal.
Yeah. I'm assuming the Queen of Copper and Crystal, and she needs to see all of us as soon as possible.
How much interaction am I able to do with someone while I'm in charge of the boat?
You can talk freely. You resolve the problem where people got completely absorbed into the
Right.
boat. If you recall, you still got to remain in this chair and you know concentrate on flying this thing. But you can talk, you can communicate, and it's not like there's anything to crash into up here. The night's clear. Alice has just told you.
And where are we supposed to meet this person?
We are supposed to go to her.
Of course.
And I know you don't like it. That's why I'm talking to you. So the person told me that we need to go to the Circle of Dreams, who are the druids who watch the portal to her realm to get to her.
I'm going to slow the boat to a stop, so we're just hovering in the air. Well, you're in luck, Aldous. And then turn back and start the boat up again. That's exactly where we're headed.
Okay. Are we taking... Her name's Uno? Are we taking her with us?
I don't know that we have a choice at the moment. Torvald spoke with her. I trust Torvald. If he says it's okay, I'll believe him. There are a few people I trust so much, Aldous, and I have to ask you a question. Have you come to terms with killing that man?
She looks depressed. She looks very depressed when he mentions that. I don't know.
Well, you know I have no desire to hurt you.
I don't like that I did it. I didn't mean to do it. I didn't mean to do it. It was my fault, though. I shouldn't have done what I had done.
And you'll be more mindful in the future, right?
All because of a stupid piece of paper.
You'll be more mindful in the future, right, Aldous? Well, that's all I can ask. I have a temper myself. Those of us with a temper who have...
It's my fault the situation started. I tried to steal a page out of his book because I thought it would be useful, and I knew we didn't have the time for me to request to copy it. And it was a resurrection spell, I think. And when the page... What was that?
Just listening.
When the page ripped, they got angry. Not they. He got angry, and they kicked me out. But when I went to take the potions with me that they were giving me, they said no. So I dropped them on purpose. That's my fault. Because... and that's when he threw the dagger at me. And I don't know, it felt weird when he... But I don't think I got as sick as I could have. I don't know. It was unexpected, and it was almost reflex to do that. I didn't mean to kill him. I didn't mean for any of that situation to happen.
Aldous, did you keep the page?
No. The page didn't rip out of the book.
Then his death was for nothing. You should have at least kept the page. If you're going to kill something, there should at least be some value in it. Don't take a life for no reason, Aldous.
I left the book there. You handed me the book. Remember, you gave me the book, and I made it dirty again, and I left it on the table. I didn't even bother taking the page. I should have.
I agree. And next time, you'll do better. We all make mistakes, Aldous. But if you're going to take a life, at least let it have a reason. I wouldn't be doing this for Ira if she had died in a natural way. Death is part of the circle. It's part of life. At least let it be meaningful if you're going to take it from someone.
Well, the problem is, so we've killed people before, right? We killed the Gith when they were attacking the people in our town, when they attacked us first, and we killed them, and that was reasonable, right? We were protecting us, and we were protecting our own.
We were protecting our own against the unnatural. That's perfectly of value. Why wouldn't you do that?
But I shouldn't have. I don't know why I chose the spell I did to throw at him. I don't know. Maybe because it was new.
Maybe.
But it was so much stronger than I expected. I wasn't planning on... I wanted to hurt him like he hurt me. And I wasn't planning on killing him.
I understand that, but once it had happened and once he was dead, at least make some value out of it. Don't kill an animal and waste the meat. We didn't waste the dragon. I didn't like having to kill that fine creature, but it attacked us. We defended ourselves. It died, and we've used every piece of it in some valuable way. That's all I'm saying. Unless you want to go back, get the body, and eat the person, I don't think that would be of value, so you should have at least gotten the spell out of it.
No. I don't know. Things started happening then, too. I don't remember everything that happened, but I noticed that there was something weird going on, actually, with Olwen.
Everything going on with Olwen was weird. Fey creatures tend to be weird.
Yes, I've noticed. The man on the raft also told me about Olwen. He said that the Winter King had put a bounty out for anyone who was helping her.
You might not want to tell Kasara that.
No. And he said that when I told him that I think that the Winter King found her and took her back, he said, "Good, don't go looking for her."
Definitely don't tell Kasara that. Because you know that's the first thing she'll want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably find a way to let Torvald know.
I can distract Chrysara and you can tell Torvald?
Torvald will probably
Or the
have
other way
better-
around.
Yes, Torvald will probably have better questions than I can answer, and you're the one who spoke to the persons. He's good about putting things together like that. I just want to know that
Alright.
I can trust and turn my back to you, Aldous. I've always felt like I could.
I don't plan on hurting anyone unless there's real need for it.
Well, at least make it valuable if you do. I've got to go fly the boat now. Go get some rest.
Okay. Then she'll go curl up in her normal spot. And probably stare at the stars until she falls asleep.
So the boat flies onwards. And Uno, where you are chained to the bench, you're woken by the rays of sunlight as the sun rises above the horizon off behind you to the east. You wake, and it takes you a minute to orientate yourself as you wake and realize that you are chained to the bench of a flying boat.
Okay. All right. Hello. We're alive. We're alive. I'm here. I kind of like do a pat down.
Pat down. You're all in one place. You can see the rest of the boats. People appear to be sleeping at the moment. This the druid whose name you think was Adair sat sort of on this chair, concentrating on something. You can see Torvald and Aldous sleeping, and you can see sort of laid out, and Chrysara and Amalia, and then laid out, covered up with a blanket, I think, where you know the body is. But as you awake, you hear shifting beside you, and you see Amalia sort of strushing her head back, going forth, that way and forth, goes, Uno, was it?
Yes. Hello.
And there you right. Sorry. I know what with all the caves and the weird corpse flower and all that sort of, but I failed to ask you a key and important question yesterday when you were getting all chummy with my sister and her friends.
Sure. Chummy?
Yeah. Oh, what? You came up out of nowhere, and all of a sudden, you're offering help, and now you're on the boat. And the thing is, the last person we invited aboard the boat turned out to be an evil ice demon. So, I want you to answer these questions very honestly, otherwise I may set fire to you and or try and push you off the boat. But who the hell are you? And what do you
her
want?
saying, her threatening her with setting fire to her, she's gonna take the chains off and stand up and just kind of like raise her chin and look down at her and say,
and she doesn't really seem to be that intimidated.
oh, can I roll for it?
You can, but I'm gonna say there's disadvantage here because
That's fine.
an intimidating, you're kind of working on sort of body presence and thing here rather than intimidating glare.
I don't know. I don't know if she's blind. Let's see. That's a 7.
She doesn't seem really bothered by your attempt at intimidation. She goes, because if you try to worm your way into my sister's affections or get her to adopt you, I'm not for. It's not happening again.
I have no interest in being adopted again. Thank you.
You promise?
Yes, promise. I'm not here to be chummy. That wasn't my goal. I walked into Lima Durai trying to stop some necromancy. I did it. And then I tagged along because I don't really have anywhere else to go at the moment.
You just wander around and hop on passing boats? What kind of normal person does that?
Well, I wouldn't consider myself a normal person by any means.
Right. But just know, don't try anything.
I don't plan to, unless your group decides they want to cause unnecessary harm to people that don't deserve it. I'm fine if they're fine.
Define deserves it.
Well, I mean, I think everyone that's a decent person doesn't want good people to be harmed if not necessary. And I'm one of those people, or at least I try to be.
Right. Okay. She goes quiet for a minute, and by now, Adair, you probably caught a few snatches of that. But Torvald, by now, the sun wakes you. You can see off at one end of the boat, Amalia and Uno talking. As the sun rises, beneath you there's the canopy of the forest. You can see a slight change. You can see there seems to be flowers blooming in the canopy of the forest beneath you. Which, given that it is late autumn, is rather abnormal. You can see the carpet of blossom in the canopy beneath you, and even from distance, you can see the fluttering of butterflies, brightly coloured birds, and the canopy beneath. And there's a warmth in the air that there wasn't before.
Well then. Adair, where are we?
I don't know. Where are we, DM?
I'm not sure, would you have been to Tiathnara before? Would it be a place you would have visited or a place you would have avoided?
I think it's a place Harrian would have told me about, but not some place I'd ever been. I didn't travel that far.
So, based on what you can see beneath you and the sense in the air, this is a mixture of druidic magics and fey magics at work here. Often where you find great centres of druidic magic, you find strange natural phenomenon in the landscape around. All manner of odd events, flowers blooming out of season. Some druids do it more than others. And the Circle of Dreams, the Dreamer's Circle, are known to play a little loose with reality at times. And
I think we're close, Torvald. This looks like the playground of the dreamers.
And you watch as one bird lifts up from the canopy beneath you. This swan swoops up and this circle around your boat. And you all awake now see as this swan perches down on the prow of your boat. And then sort of twists its neck sort of back and forth and shifts. The feathers sinking back into the skin and you hear Kasara mutter, "Oh, not again." As in the place of the bird, you see an elven child. Not quite sure if they're male or female. They're dressed in this floaty white tunic and those kind of druids. This floaty white tunic, there's flowers braided into their hair, or perhaps even growing out of their hair. They seem something oddly fey about their appearance. Down to the flowers in their hair, the almost like tint to their skin, sort of like reminds you almost of the iridescence of a butterfly here and there. And they sort of turn their head back and forth a little and go, what brings you, travelers, to T.S. Nara?
Well, our friend... Well, she's not doing so well. And we thought you might be able to help.
You seek an audience with the Archdruidess? Sorry, hang on. Let me start again. Greetings, traveller.
Greetings, the name's
can-
Torvald.
Hi, Torvald. Hi. I'm Ara.
Not Eric.
Ara. Why don't we call Eric? Greetings, travellers. You seek an audience with the Archdruidess?
Aye, if that's who can help our friend.
Ooh, the dead one. I mean...
That
yes,
one?
Yes. Sorry, I've not really done this before. Like, we have travelers come visit sometimes, but you have a flying boat?
Aye, we do. And we're also kind of on a time crunch here. We don't know how long we have.
Right, well, I guess I'll guide you in?
Alright.
If you follow me, I'll just kind of, like, show you where to land this thing. Does it leave you on water? Land? How does this work?
Well, we're not 100% sure on that, but we know we can land on land or sea, like, so.
Right. Okay. Welcome. Oh, sorry, I forgot.
Do you say welcome, travelers, one more time?
No. I was going to say welcome, brother Druid. I forgot that, but that bit was important. And it's hard to judge elves' ages, but if this was a human child, they'd probably be about 11 or 12, possibly. Right.
Nice.
Yeah, okay, I'll guide you in. And stand up, and you actually shift back into the form of a swan and swoop off the boat and lead you down in an arc towards the forest. And you can see a few clearings and patches in the forest down below. And as the boat descends beneath the canopy, you descend into this world of light and colour. Flowers winding, vines winding up the trees, huge butterflies the size of your hands fluttering from branch to branch. Strange, faint lights glowing between the trees, of flickering and glowing there. And sorry, I lost my train of thought for a second between flickering and glowing. It's been a long. Sorry, I could hear horses for some reason on the music, and it was disturbing. I was like, why were there suddenly horses? I'll turn the horses off. That was my thought. I was like, where are the horses coming from? Where are the horses now? Sorry. Back in the atmosphere in the moment, lights flickering beneath the trees. And you can see these walkways strung between the trees, strung with lights and flowers as your boat glides down. And because grass is really hard to land on smoothly, as it jitters to a halt down on the grass. And as many sort of druids and figures in the area stop and turn and was like, look at this boat, you see a mixture of kind of like surprised, like no one seems quite sure how to react as this awkward silence stretches. And I think that is going to be where we leave off today. A little early, but
my boat is amazing.
Boat, you have arrived at Tirth Nara. In rather, well, everywhere you arrive is in rather spectacular style because you have a flying boat, so just the world's not quite ready for you. But yes, as a reminder, you are now a level 6, so level yourself to level 6 for next week. And as we discover, can the druids bring Ira back? Do the druids want to bring Ira back?
Does Ira want to bring Ira back?
Does Ira want to come back? Will the druids do it for free, or will there be a price involved? And what the hell is Herion doing? And being so vague about? Will the scavenger hunt continue without Ira? Who knows?
We kind of lost track.
Or wait, yeah. Or what does the queen want?
What does the queen of Copper and Crystal want? What's the deal with Olwen? And have those gifts finished fixing their boat yet? Because they did say they were coming to join you.
That is true.
So many questions. Will they be answered? Will I remember to put the names of important places on the right map?
Or where you saved it?
I knew where I saved it. I'd written the name on a map in Roll20 in my other campaign.
Will you remember the name of the NPCs next week?
Who knows? That is the greatest mystery.
It's Eric, and Dave.
Yeah.
And Erica.
Lauren. We need to have a Lauren.
I think we've moved out of Isfjell though. We've moved out of the lands of Eric, so I don't know. I'm not sure quite what the default name is yet. I don't think we're quite in the land of Dave.
Not yet. I think we've got a couple more continents to go to.
I mean, we were headed towards the land of the giants, so I don't even know.
What's the default giant name? I'm willing to take submissions if anyone has a default giant name.
Andre.
I approve.
Tiny.
George.
Yes.
George.
Which way
So
did
many
it
giant...
go, George? Which way did it go?
See, now you've got the perfect reason to visit the land of the giants. It's just so that I have to name all the giants.
What do you puny
I'm
humans
Andre,
want?
my friend George, and Jolly Green.
Jolly Green.
Jolly Green, yes.
All right.
So thank you to my lovely players for letting me torment them once more, and thank you to our viewers and anyone new followers and even non-new followers. Thank you for popping by, and we'll be back same time next week with more weird shenanigans, which I would say what's going to happen next week, but I don't know yet.
We screw it up.
It's been an escalating detour since we got to this forest. Like, my original plan was, so one brief encounter in the forest and we'll get back on the weeks later. Like,
yeah.
I don't even know what's going on there.
If you want to raid, I will actually have to load the thing back up.
Oh, that's fine if not. I know you.
We
Cam
usually
has plenty of
don't.
stuff to do.
It's because of
Announcements.
following.
Yes. Yeah.
All
Is
right.
Party Foul on tonight?
Party Foul is on tonight. That will be at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. That is over at Mandari's channel. The shout out thing wasn't working, but we should be auto hosting that on this channel. And then also after Party Foul, we have on there's nothing Sunday, right?
No, nothing Sunday.
There is. If you like horror, Gehenna Gaming is currently this weekend running a virtual horror-con on their Twitch channel with their panels and over on YouTube with live plays, and they've got some okay DMs there. Like, I don't know.
They had a great one this morning that ran a Call of Cthulhu game that everybody loved. So.
Yeah, I was looking for that and couldn't find it. So if we could get that link posted into Discord, that would be great.
I can do that.
I don't know if that game was recorded or not, but
yes, it is. It was. The VOD is out there as well. It's on YouTube. At Gehenna
on
Gaming.
YouTube. Gehenna Gaming. So yeah, they have. Basically, it's from like 8 a.m. till 12 a.m. It's all day.
I tried posting the schedule in here, but apparently I don't have permissions to do that. So we'll definitely put it.
Post it in Discord at the least, and if anybody is still hanging out in the chat here, go ahead and head to Discord to get the information.
And you
or
can
check
also
below.
You can also go on Twitter for Virtual Horror Con as the tag, and there's all sites.
Yeah, Virtual Horror Con, and it's all for charity, and they've been very good at organizing this thing, and it's really quite impressive.
Yeah, and if you join the Discord, in addition to us streaming directly, there are a couple of shows, including Party Foul, that streams on different channels that we all hang out in there as well. And then we also have another show called Garden of Eden, which currently we just did our season finale. It's on Monday it's been a little later because of all the changes with everyone being kind of stuck in their house, no one being able to get babysitters, namely myself, but we've been starting around 8 o'clock, but we try to start at 7:30 if we can.
Eastern.
On Mondays.
Eastern
time zone.
Yes. Eastern time zone. I will tell you all the times Eastern. And then but this Monday, instead of Eden, we are actually doing a battle royale because it is Lifesaber's birthday on Monday, and she will be hosting a battle royale PvP style destruction. So that will be on twitch.tv/concentration-check. And then on Tuesday, Tam, I'll have you take that over.
Actually, there is nothing on Tuesday because Black Death has been quarantined for the month of April.
Ruh-roh.
But
should have seen that one coming.
We're taking a break. We're taking a break. But I am doing some one-shots on various Tuesdays. We have one coming up on someone else's birthday that we're going to be doing a Dead of Night.
There's a lot of birthdays next week, in the next coming weeks as well, actually.
Yeah.
So that's on the 14th. And that's at what, 6 p.m. Eastern?
I think that's what we decided on. That's what we were talking about.
Okay.
So, yeah. At this point, it's 2 weeks out, or a week and a half out. So we'll.
Or about 11 if you're in Britain.
Yeah.
Or 3 p.m. if you're on the West Coast.
Just pick a time. It's
And I would also like to do a shout out to McStabber Studios, who runs one of the best Vampire the Masquerade games, and that is tomorrow at I'm horrible on times. I'd have to look it up. But
sometime tomorrow.
Look up McStabber Studios. It's real simple. McStabber Studios and DC by Night, and it's a good game. Right?
Yeah. Anyway, there's lots of people out there running lots of great games, and
check them out.
Yeah, check them out. So we'll see you around.
All right.
Have a great weekend.
See y'all later.